Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Shards of Nyrn, formerly generic fantasy setting, here on Dork Tales. I'm your Dungeon Master Kelly, and joining me tonight is the party known as Nothing Ventured for our last game of 2020.
Woo!
So
we
why
did
don't
it, boys.
we did it! we did manage to do it! We survived 2020, but in a few days we'll be able to say 2021. It defeated us.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, hello, chat. Hello, everybody. And for those of you who are tuning in on podcast, because exciting news, on January 1st, I'm going to be dumping all of Season 3, Rime of the Frost Maiden, and a bunch of other stuff on our podcast, so you can listen to it like just audibly, and then I'm going to go back and do backlog stuff. So hopefully you're listening to it right now on podcast, or just enjoying it with us live on Twitch or on YouTube. How's it going? You survived the holidays, so did we. And I think we've got a lot to do tonight, so let's go ahead and say hi to everybody. So I'm just going to go through the roster in order right now. So hello, Christine.
Hello, I'm Christine, and I'm playing Malia Sunsorn, the Dwarven Tempest Cleric of Vela.
With your fancy new Christmas mic.
I know, it's so pretty. In fact, I have it even in screen because it just looks so cool.
Nice. And hello, Amy.
Hello, I'm Amy, and I play Tia Armstrong, the half-orc druid.
Nice. And you're going to have a fancy mic by next game from the sound of it.
Depends on when it gets back in stock.
Oh, that's true. All right. Hello, Winter.
Hi, I'm Winter, and I play Mars, the Tiefling Rogue.
And you have a fancy new Warlock ability. You know,
Yes,
right?
I do. Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, I do.
You were like, do I?
Do I? What are you giving me, Kelly?
Yeah.
How should I introduce myself now?
You're a multi-class rogue warlock. You're a roguelock.
Yeah, that's literally what I was just about to say. Roguelock.
Rogue.
A wogue. You're a roguelock. You know, you're just living your best life.
Really, she is.
Going out with an Eldritch Blast. And finally, hello, Mike and Vincent.
Hey guys, I'm Mike. The other enigmatic Vincent Valenbun just went out of frame there, but he's there. He's joining us. I'm playing Zeno. He's our half-elf ranger in the group. There's Vincent. And enjoy the last game of the year.
It's kind of exciting.
A little bit.
Okay, all right. So if you haven't tuned in recently, what you can do is check our back catalog, but in just to sum up what's happened since the end of Season 3, where we have our little probably since the end of Season 2. Season 3 is Season 3 is going to be around for a while, guys. Okay, so at the end of Season 3, the characters returned from the land of Achaidh, thanks to their efforts, formerly desert islands, now just an island chain, with one of the eyes of Nyrn that they need to reseal the Dark Goddess. When they returned, they were told that Achaidh was going to be able to triangulate the location of the last one using this and some of the shards that you have collected that Mars possesses. They were told to go off and enjoy themselves. They went on a bunch of adventures, had a very desperate battle in the bowels underneath, in the bowels of the earth underneath the dwarven town of Osselvik, where they discovered another one of these Elder Dragon vaults, like the one that they had found Farah in, that had a undead. It's questionable what it was, aside from a dragon like Farah, who had died and yet survived due to the curse of undeath placed upon dragonkind. They managed to put her out of her misery and picked up a couple of choice things from the area, but found that it was actually fairly picked clean. And that previously a mysterious stranger had visited the vault. As they traveled around, they had a bunch of problems in a little town that had a little bit of an undead solution in search of a problem, I guess you could say. Fought some psychic children, and then were told that the only way to find the last Eye of Nyrn, because the triangulation had not worked, was to go to the elven city of Azabek, and to use a magic elven device called the Elfenbein during the conflux of planets and stars to ask a divination spell to find where this last Eye of Nyrn was hidden across the multiverse. The characters have gone there and have found that elven cities are just wonderful, and they have bought tickets to hopefully win a chance to ask the Elfenbein a question, and are kind of just like investigating the city and things like that, when suddenly they are attacked by a bunch of random hooligans who want their tickets. After a heated battle where Mars revealed that she now has magical powers, the characters easily overcame them, with one exception, and that was a duel that Zeno ended up going on with a hooded figure with a bow that he recognized as his mother's prized possession from his childhood. This was confirmed to be his former flame, Very Ashwood. And that's probably where we're going to begin game right there. But before we do that, does anybody have any questions before we start? No?
I don't think so.
All right.
How many days were we spending here again?
I think you only had a few more left that you could spend.
Yeah. We were supposed to be here for like
I think you had 3
Like,
days.
didn't we pay for something like 5?
We told them that we'd be here up to 5.
Up
Yeah.
to 5. Okay.
yeah, conflicts ends in 4 days, so we have to get there before that.
Mm-hmm.
And
And you
at
can
this
finish
point-
before that.
yeah,
Okay. Cool.
at least according to my notes. So
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
So,
and there's a concert in like 3 days that Tia really wants to go to.
well, we'll see if you can make it to that. I have no idea if you will or not.
We probably won't, but
Probably won't. Probably won't.
doesn't mean she's not gonna try.
And I'm just looking for the one track I'm going to start you in on because it vanished. Oh, no, there it is. There it is. Whew. I haven't ran game in a week, guys. I'm rusty. I'm sorry. It's really weird. So, the battle on the streets of the open district is behind you now. And you find yourself crowded around a 3-bed room on the top floor of the establishment known as Gerda's Bed and Breakfast. It's a humble establishment built by dwarves with a solid, warm stone foundation. A fireplace in every room, all linked together through a series of ingenious stone flues, and beds that are just slightly too small for your comfort. You manage to secure a room, and there, amidst the creaking of old floorboards and the sound of spiders scurrying in the corners of rooms too tall for most of the dwarves who work here to reach, you find yourselves sitting around in a circle, staring at the woman in front of you. She's tall, is the first thing that you'll notice. Almost 6 feet tall, lithe, athletic, strong, with cascading blonde hair, the color of sunlight. Long, elven ears taper out of the massive blonde hair, and there's just kind of an edge to this woman. As you sit and look at the blood-soaked clothing that both she and Zeno are wearing, I have sent a picture of her to the chat if you are curious. And she has an old, exquisitely crafted elven bow sitting across her lap. Farah leans across the table, well, across the end table, and says, "Okay, who the hell is she?"
Well,
She was just shooting you.
yeah,
Why are we hanging out with her?
because I love her. She's also partly the reason why I'm exiled. The bow
Wait.
that she has is.
I'm just gonna look at Farah.
That bow is my mother's prized possession. I stole it.
So you just let any girl shoot you with...
Well, I didn't know it was her.
Seems like something she might have wanted to mention if she was wanting to like say hi.
I wasn't sure it was him. There
I
he
wasn't
says.
sure it was her. I didn't know it was her until I saw the bow.
And why couldn't you just walk up and say hello? Are you this person I think I know?
Maybe because we were.
She'll shrug as well.
We were a little busy.
Fighting a group.
I didn't recognize you, okay? You've put on a lot more black than you used to wear, and you've always got you used to wear a hood.
That's true.
I just knew that some high rollers came in and bought a bunch of tickets.
We are high rollers.
I need your tickets.
Why?
I need to go and ask something.
Well, no shit. That's what they're for.
What is it that you need to ask?
What I can do to save Ashwood.
From the war?
Among other things. My decorum is awful. I apologize. It's a pleasure to meet all of you. I'm sorry for shooting you, Zine. I'm Baroness Very Elmina Ashwood of Ashwood Town and the Leftish Isles.
So, wait a minute. If you're here, who's running the town?
One of my advisors. They don't know that I'm gone. I took my fastest ship and came out here.
Oh.
Although, they'd probably prefer that if I was gone. My rule's in the process of being delegitimized.
Why?
Because I'm not the blood heir, technically.
Oh god. Politics.
Politics.
Ew.
They don't want an elf on the throne, and that makes sense. Thestorel and Toulouse have always been against the rule of ages.
Yeah, that's true.
They get away with it in your family because they keep marrying people off to humans.
That is true, yeah. Yeah, we always have at least one human in the throne room.
What, like a token human?
To interbreed with, yeah. You gotta dilute the blood so you don't have people reigning for 1,000 years. Dwarves get away with it because they love elections so much. But... Actually, anybody here you're all from Thestorel, so you can make me a history roll to see if you know what is going on with her.
History?
Alrighty.
History, yeah.
16.
16. Okay, actually, yeah. And you actually... I'll let you actually re-roll that with advantage. So you can roll again and tell me if you get anything better, because you are... Mog was technically under their jurisdiction.
Oh. Nope.
Okay, 16? All right.
Yeah.
Mally, what'd you get?
15.
15? Tia?
23.
Holy crap. Okay, so what you know is... so Tia, you're going to know this whole story, so I'm going to give you the basic story real quick.
Yeah.
The Ashwoods recently passed on. Like the current... they're the previous Baron of the Ashwood area, which is kind of the southwestern portion of Thestorel. Recently passed away. He was quite old, in his 90s at the time. And he left his throne to his daughter. Now, it's up for debate exactly who this daughter is, whether or not she's adopted or not. For those of you who got a 15, So basically, so Malia, you know that the Ashwoods are a human family that run basically the rival shipping industry on the southern island. So they're in competition with Avakara, and they are, just a long line of human merchants, whereas the Avakarans are usually under the House Right Wing, so there's always a little bit of elven blood mixed in. They tend to live a lot longer. This is extra strange because you know that about 90 years ago, there was a bit of kerfuffle when they adopted an elf after the death of their daughter. Winter, Mars knows this, but also knows that story is kind of mixed up. You've heard different conflicting versions. You're not sure which one's true, but you've heard hints of what I'm about to tell Amy. So you think that's kind of weird, and that's really bad. Like, I just want to put this out here. Everyone knows that the idea of an elf, like a full-blood elf, taking the seat of rulership of one of the city-states in Telusia is something that all of the younger races, I'll say, have a major problem with. Tia, you heard a story direct from the horse's mouth somehow that about 90 years ago, the Helian Plague was ripping its way across Telusia and through some of the Southern Isles. It was an awful plague that made you look like you had a sunburn, and eventually worked its way inside, and you basically died from dehydration. There was no way to prevent it. You would almost like shrivel up like jerky from inside.
Gross.
It was particularly virulent through the southern areas. It didn't hit Avakara as much as Ashwood, because Ashwood did more trading with some of the islands that this came from. It came in through the harbor. The town managed to escape out, but they did quarantine before it got too expansive. Of course, it's a plague, so it didn't really matter in the long run. What you'll know is that Very Ashwood was their only child. She died in the plague. However, you've heard a story that totally distraught Baron Ashwood paid a druid to bend the law of the land. It would have been seen as political suicide to have so many people in your town die and to spend vast amounts of money to raise the dead. The Baron thought that a reincarnation would be adequate. There also wasn't quite enough of the body left over after the cremation for anything except for true resurrection. And so he did, and unfortunately, or fortunately, it worked. Very was resurrected, and in the body of a is she a wood elf or a high elf, Mike? I believe she's a wood elf.
Wood elf.
In the body of a wood elf, one of the Sylvain. So that puts her at physically. It also gets a little weird because normally reincarnation is supposed to be used on adults instead of a 9-year-old girl. Right now, you'd venture that she's probably in her late 90s as an elf, which is like 17 for a human. She has a bit of a severe look about her, kind of like she's seen a lot.
Oh boy.
So, and Mars, you've kind of heard both stories. You're not sure what to believe. So there you go. Farah doesn't know crap. She hasn't read up on that.
Yeah.
So they're trying to delegitimize my rule, and I have no way of going in without winning a ticket, she says. The council refuses to see me. Because I'm not a real elf. Well, that's not true. They offered. Last summer, I was visited by their general, Mirakel. He went on behalf of the Summer Tetrarch, Elidor Taldenaria. And they offered to help support the transition of power when my father died. If I would allow Ashwood to be under Tetrarchy rule.
That doesn't seem like it would fly.
You'd be surprised how many places are.
Right.
I don't know how much you know about elven politics, but ever since the alliance of the Tetrarchy, a lot of places are elven without knowing that they're elven. They don't breed fast enough to... We don't breed fast enough to really wage war traditionally anymore.
Right.
And that's why you shot Zeno? Okay, now who the hell is she? Me?
She's Farah.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'm Farah.
Oh boy.
Okay, so can we actually have some
Nice to
maybe
meet you.
some proper introductions in that case? I'm Tia Armstrong, or I guess if I'm being here and
Being Elfie.
Elfie, I guess I should get used to the other name. Also known as Ishuri Tyrath. It's a pleasure to meet you, I guess.
Nice to meet you as well.
She'll give Zeno a look of like conveying the sense of this one's a lot to deal with. And then we'll kind of offer a hand or whatever greeting makes the most sense and as per Thestral customs.
She will match it, basically just giving you the light handshake.
Yeah.
All right. And you're the tiefling from Mog, right?
Yep. Definitely not an elf.
I've heard about you.
Thanks.
Nice to meet you in person. And Priestess.
Oh, Malia Sunsworn. Now, I gotta ask, Zeno, why did you steal your mother's bow?
It seemed like a good idea at the time.
Because he loves her, Farah says.
That
So?
guy wanted something nice to give her. And I had a nice bow.
It is a nice bow.
No, your mother had a nice bow.
My mother had it.
So it's not yours.
Yeah.
And it wasn't your gift.
Mm-mm.
Well, I
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
took it out of the family armory.
I guess you should have put it back.
I'd give it back to you if you asked.
So, anyways, that happened. Yeah.
So
Okay, so essentially you're trying to ask a question to figure out how to fix the Ashwood issue without coming under Elven rule?
Yes, I'm kind of in a rock and a hard place. I don't think that with the current political destabilization, if I step down, it's going to weaken the three-town alliance enough that Drake Hall is just going to roll us. Right now, it's the Right Wings, the Ashwoods, and the Claywans. We're doing our best to hold everything off. We've got a little bit of support right now from a couple of the towns. Mount Arepo has a small contingent of monks they're sending down, but that's about it. Besides that, like, we can pull a little bit of support from Pit Marin, but they have their own problems.
Question. Which of the gods do you feel more in tune with? Who do you worship, essentially? Mainly.
Mm.
Who do I worship?
Yeah.
Um,
Just mainly. I don't need details.
If we're being entirely honest, I'm not terribly religious, but if I had to pick, I would probably say that I'd follow what my father believed. And a combination of Omesh and Bitrus.
Okay. We're trying to get in to find out where we can find the thing that we need to steal the goddess Nyrn away again.
I'm not a Nyrnite.
Yeah, but that's why we need those tickets to get in there. Well, not that these are even tickets. These are raffle tickets to maybe get a chance to get in there.
Then I'll have to keep looking for someone else to get them from. I guess if you win twice, I would appreciate the opportunity to buy one of the spots off of you.
I think we all like Thestral and would like it to be calm.
Oh wait,
considering
how
it is
much was
home
one
for
ticket?
all of us?
I mean, you didn't really have a set price.
No. And how many did we end up with?
15. You ended up with 15. Sorry, I dropped into very.
Yeah, I was like,
She's
wait
like,
a minute.
she knows exactly how many you have. You,
I
yeah.
don't like this bitch.
I kind of like the
Suddenly.
idea that maybe she was literally watching us the whole time and watched us get them.
no, because I don't
Like,
think
you
she
got
would have shot
15.
Xeno just for
No.
fun. Like, I mean, that's maybe she would have. I don't know.
Who knows?
Who wouldn't
Fights
shoot
up
Xeno
early.
for
Who
Xeno for
wouldn't
fun?
choose, you know?
I was
I'm
just
gonna
like,
I'm gonna throw up a
are
photo
you-
of her in the group too. So
Yep.
are you a little down on your funds there, kiddo?
me.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
I don't think it was strictly money that got us them.
I am not allowed to purchase. I am excommunicado.
Well, I threw money in and they gave me a ticket. Well, it's just because we're part of it. Well, if we bought more tickets and then just gave them to you.
I don't know that we're going to get in a second time. It seemed kind of... He was as crazy as an elf it normally is.
Could
Oh, he was
Xeno
so
go
bad.
a second time, you think?
Maybe.
If
I mean, I
we
could
weren't all
try.
attached to him?
I could always try.
I have a feeling we've probably had our one shot.
Mm.
And if we put more in, he's just going to kind of go, oh, the mystic birds have tweeted at me that I shouldn't give you any more. I don't know. How did he decide to give us 15 in the first place? It's not like they had a set price.
Yeah.
We just dropped it in until he gave it to us.
It's
Hmm.
true.
We dropped a lot of money in there, too.
Money is something I have. Look, just anything that you can do to help. You don't know what it's like back there.
You might have a bit of a bigger bite to take out of the plate if you're trying to, like, steal them from people. Like, they're gonna hold on to those.
Well, I mean, normally, the hired help would have probably been effective. And thanks for
Yeah.
not killing any of them. Some of them they're absolutely degenerates and pirates, but they're not awful people.
I had no desire to end up in an elven prison.
Yeah,
Or-
neither did I.
If you hadn't noticed, they're kind of cuckoo here.
When I got
Don't
more,
think they would have had any problem throwing us in their
Yeah.
jail, even for defending ourselves. They almost did.
And I mean, I got one guy down, and then I got distracted by an archer on the roof, and it's like, oh hey, I should probably take that person out too. And then I couldn't.
No, you never could.
No,
You've gotten better, though. You're faster now.
thank you. I have a bit more practice now.
I heard. I heard about Dog Run Bridge. And...
So, do you know how this confluence thing occurs? Like, is there ceremony? Is there...
It's already started.
Where does this happen?
At the top
Where
of...
do you ask the question, etc.?
Very stands up and walks across the room. The floorboards don't bother to squeak under her elven weight. And as she approaches the window, she'll throw it wide, pulling back the shutters and exposing a beautiful view from this high third floor of the bed and breakfast. As you look over the central district and over the walls, you will see that there's a successively larger crystalline walls of the Mesophoros and the Cephiferos lead to the beautiful impossibly elegant spire. The Argid spire reaching up into the sky past the clouds. Up there. At the top, of course. Means climbing would be a pain in the ass.
And I imagine it's heavily guarded.
Like you wouldn't believe. So I don't know what I should do. You might be able to buy more tickets, but then, I mean, who knows?
I feel like this is quite a racket they are running here.
No.
What, you think it's a scam?
I mean, there's a good chance.
I know scams, and this smells like a scam.
I mean,
I mean,
Something
it's-
sure stinks in here, Farah says.
It happens so
Excuse you, Farah.
infrequently that only
Excuse me.
pretty much an elf can have survived long enough to have lived through one.
Yeah. Or a dwarf, but dwarves don't generally put as much faith in prophecies.
Hmm.
Edagon seemed to think it was a good chance, but
I mean, he's not exactly long-lived either, I don't think.
Edagon?
Relatively. I mean, I think all he knows is from books, isn't it? Probably.
I have no idea.
Wasn't the last
Honestly,
one like 400 years ago they were saying or something?
I'll admit I wouldn't be surprised if Edagon was 500 years old or 600 because I don't know what he deals with in whatever magics.
Not 400 years, Farah says. The conflux, his last one was 16 years ago. The one before that was 42 years ago. It varies depending on solar rotation.
Interesting.
I read books.
Didn't somebody say it had been a long time and it was really rare?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they weren't informed.
Or they're talking from human perspective. 16 years is pretty rare.
That's
true.
fair.
I guess I'm getting used to thinking on a much larger scale than human lifetimes.
Yeah, so am I.
That's a weird thing to think of.
It's weird to think that I'd be a grandmother by now if everything had gone according to plan.
Mm-hmm.
Or dead.
Yep.
That
I
too.
suppose I'd be dead if everything went according to plan.
Yeah.
That's a bleak thought, and I'm gonna say maybe let's not go down that path.
Yeah.
What's the coolest thing you've seen in the city so far?
The rooftops.
I did see something pretty interesting when I was on the roof, she'll say, with a soft curve of the corner of her mouth.
Was it an arrow sticking out of me?
Not everything's about you, Zeno.
Sometimes it is. But usually it's not. I'm still surprised that you can manage to travel this far without breaking your back from the amount of shampoo you have to carry with you.
Ugh, I know, it's an endless battle.
Bag of folding.
Ugh.
That would do it.
That what you filled it up with?
Mm.
Ugh.
Hey, at least it doesn't
And why
leak
do you
everywhere.
stink so frequently?
Because we're always traveling.
That's
So?
right. Thought it smelled like elf. Yep.
Oh, great. Now everyone's ganging up on me.
Aww.
I mean, that's what day it is.
It's gang up on Xeno Day!
Wednesdays.
Every
Every
day is
day.
gang up on Xeno Day.
Oh my god.
I mean, we do enjoy it, so it does happen frequently.
That's fair. Yeah.
Okay, are we just going to sit around here and talk about why we're not giving our tickets away, or are we going to actually go do something with our day? We have to go get you tatted. We have to go to a library. We have to do all sorts of stuff. Maybe we should,
go do stuff?
do stuff. Yeah, stuff.
Sounds like a really good idea.
I mean, they did tell me that I could go back in to go check out the library in the inner city.
Yeah, I think we should be able to get back in just fine.
Yeah, I mean, I did specifically ask if we could go, if I could go back in to go to the library, and they said that we could.
Okay.
Well, here's hoping that they don't take us talking with somebody who apparently is excommunicado badly. That drow seemed like an asshole.
That's true.
Actually, most of the elves we've encountered so far seem like assholes, so...
That's true. I mean,
don't
I'm not too
that's-
surprised, but
It's it's not
Yeah.
going to be a fun day, I think. Well,
we have to figure out how the hell we're gonna hopefully get in there, even if we don't get a ticket.
there is
I can't think of any other way to find out where something could be on a different plane besides hopping across all the planes, which is just ridiculous and would be ridiculously hard.
there's one way, Aerie says, standing and staring out the window.
What?
Wait, what?
There's one other way to get in there, and I'm saving it for my last attempt. The Tetrarchy sits in the chamber where this is.
Ah.
The Tetrarchy...
Would you like to hire a party of adventurers by any chance?
Potentially. She'll turn
Excellent.
and lean on the windowsill.
Maybe let's not talk too loudly, though.
Maybe.
That drow knew an awful lot about us.
That's true.
It was kind of freaky.
But we don't think he'd be listening to us right now, so... Yeah.
That's true.
The Tetrarchic Council and the reigning Tetrarch of the season. Is this all going over your heads? Do you know the way that it works?
Vaguely, yes.
There's 4 elven
Yeah.
nations. Each season, the crown hops to the next head.
Yeah. I mean, an election would be more fun. A bit more exciting.
There's elections inside of the nations, or choice inside of the nation. Right now, the crown's on a Triton named it's one of the new leaders, Jiris Zogosta. Pretty pleasant compared to the high elf that's going to take his place in a couple of months. The council chamber is also where they adjudicate crimes. Adjudicate, I mean.
So,
Okay.
if we commit a crime, we might be able to get in there? Is that what you're suggesting?
A big enough one that it requires being judged by the council and the Tetrarch
Okay.
himself.
Not that I'm advocating crime, but what would count?
I mean, murder, terrorism. Which means there might be a loophole.
Oh, really?
Explain, please?
Well, if you committed a crime that turned out to not be a crime.
Oh, so like blood oath pact thing?
If this doesn't work, I can... Okay, I have a plan. If your tickets don't get you in, I have enough money, and you have a cleric.
Oh no. Are you saying resurrection?
Yeah,
Fuck.
kill me. And I'll come back. I've done it once. It's not as pants-wettingly terrifying as you think it is.
There are so many ways this could go wrong.
I think we should hear her out, Ferris. Legal loopholes are interesting.
That
I mean, there are other ways to do it. I mean, who knows? Maybe you'll burn down this bed and breakfast. Probably not a capital crime.
Probably.
That's fair.
I mean, yeah.
I will say that True Resurrection is a rather difficult spell.
Well, just normal resurrection should probably work, or raising the dead, right? Like, so long as the body's intact? Isn't that the way that it works?
Yeah.
Just don't burn me alive, and it should be fine.
Yeah, so maybe hold a diamond worth 500 gold on you. Just pro tip.
I'll see if I can acquire one just in case. I'm sure the Church of Vela would appreciate a sizable donation. Well, perhaps we should get to the library, really. We're wasting time.
Let's go.
We can kill you later. Let's go read a book. Right, Mars?
Yeah, let's go read.
Street food.
Well,
Takoyaki.
Oh. Love octopus balls. All right.
Malia will kind of quietly talk with what's her face for a few minutes just to iron out some of the little details there.
Okay, sure.
Just in case.
So she'll talk with you. What are the basics of what you want to talk about?
Just kind of like, okay, so timing and like basically just the idea of like, okay, well, yeah, you would need this and this and this for that spell, and I guess let us know. Also, don't mind Farah.
She's a weird looking. Yeah. I appreciate you considering
too popular.
it.
Xeno's just a little too popular.
You should have met his brother.
To be fair, and to be 100% honest, you did not start out as an elf. You don't count. I'm really tired of elves at this point.
Think how tired I must be.
That's fair. They probably talk down to you as much as they do to me.
No. But they talk like they're among elves when I'm around. And that's sometimes a little worse.
That's fair. Well, I am all for spoking their wheel of world domination.
Thanks for considering this. Hopefully it won't come to it. I prefer not to die.
I would prefer not to test myself on raising the dead.
Oh, I'd be your first?
Yeah, they haven't managed to kill themselves yet.
I know it. We have some diamonds kicking around for just in case they manage to kill themselves.
I could kill Xeno, and that would get me sent up, probably.
That's true.
It's... You might not be enough of an elf, though.
They didn't think much of his name when we were going through.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but they're not big fans of pretty much anybody from Thestorel.
Yeah. We'd noticed.
I'll be in touch.
Excellent.
All right.
Well, best of luck to both of us.
All right. So she will depart, and you will hit the streets of pardon me. You're back in the Mesiotheris? Yeah. Back in the Mesiotheris district, inside of the first wall. Wandering around, the sounds of the city are all around you, and it's relaxing. It's the smell of city life and food wafts up. You'll find yourself passing carts of roasted meat on sticks, of strange concoctions and yogurt beverages being served with tiny little floating balls in them. Made of some type of starchy, spongy thing that you drink with a straw shoot.
Oh my god, yes.
You will have fantasy boba. Congratulations. But you order the exact worst one for you. You might still like it, though. It's a very tart. But Farrah will help you drink it, so it's good.
Yeah, definitely wants to try one of these out.
All right, roll me a d20. Tell me what you get.
A nat 20.
And
I think I just wasted my nat 20.
You just got like the best boba ever.
Does that really mean it's a waste in that regard?
Yeah. You know what? Gain 1 temporary hit point.
Yay, I have 1 temporary hit point.
Yay.
All right. So, good. Now that we're out of that stuffy room, where are we going?
Dude. Smooth in there much?
What? What?
Tia actively rolls her eyes dramatically.
Farrah.
Marzi. What?
You're letting your crush slip there. You know, it's right on the front of your shirt.
The only thing I'm going to crush is you.
I'd like to see you try.
I'm going to make an attack roll. Hold on.
Can we roll it like she's gonna, as soon as she sees this happening, she's gonna try and get in, like, keep them separated actively if she can.
Well, you got to keep them separated.
She's like, ah.
Okay, hold on. I got to see. So I'm going to roll a disadvantage on this because you're getting in the way. Ah, damn. I think I would have hit
I
that
imagine
first
this
time.
is kind of looking like a little, like,
Farrah is going to launch herself
fight.
with one of these numbers, just trying to like claw and slam into Mars. With total and the disadvantage from Tia trying to interject, that is going to be a 14 only. It was gonna be like a 19, and she was gonna start baffing her, but no. All right, so
Children!
just let me get her.
So
Hi!
very
Rip your horns
confused.
off.
What's
Oh my
going
God.
on?
Oh,
What? It's a girl thing. You wouldn't understand.
I'm so confused.
good.
Let's go get some tattoos.
Yes, let's do that. Come on, and Tia's gonna just grab both of them by their shoulders and start pushing them in front of her. Yes, let's go. She doesn't know where she's going.
All right.
Just pushing them.
All right. So what I would like is if anybody's trying to find out where to go to get to last episode, did you find out where the shop was in Guiden shop?
So I know the name of it. It was like Bleeding
Tia
Heart.
got directions to it.
And yeah, I got directions, but I don't remember where that was.
All right. So it was in the bottom floor, or probably the basement of another building.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you'll be able to find your way there.
Mhm.
And looks like I believe it was a halfling everyman shop on top of it. Which one was it? It was an old Jenny's. It was a Drinking Dog. It was it the bottom of Red Goblets? Oh no, it was the Bleeding Heart.
Yeah, Bleeding Heart.
All right, so you will enter the Bleeding Heart because it looks like there's only one entrance, and you can see that there are 3 shops on the signs. Very, very small at the bottom is a small sign dangling off of Bleeding Heart, which is a picture. It's a wooden carving of a deer with its throat slit and big X's where its eyes are. Beneath it
that type of heart.
is a little swinging sign that says Guiden's Parlor. You'll immediately recognize that that's the dwarven term for Gramps. Not Grandpa, but Gramps. Or Grampy. And on top of it, you'll see that the top floor of this is a place called Greymere's Parlor. Which its symbol is a sewing needle and a length of thread, kind of spooling around to form the name of Greymere's Parlor. Fine clothing is written under it in Elven.
Neat.
As you walk in the shop, you will hear a booming, high-pitched male voice. Ah, welcome to the Bleeding Heart. I am your host. Please, come inside. My name is Jean, and I am happy to serve you. A halfling man, rail thin, just standing over 3.5 feet tall, and dressed in buckskin breeches, boots, and a rather fashionable doe-skin tassel vest is going to wander around the corner. His brown hair is all mussed up and sticking up in the air, and he's got just like the barest bit of goatee clinging to his onto his chin. His Adam's apple bobs distinctly in his throat whenever he speaks, smiles, or swallows. Welcome, welcome! How can I help you? Are you here to buy some accoutrements? And he swings his arms around, and as soon as he does, you will see that this shop is full of taxidermy and all sorts of animals line the wall, stuffed and unstuffed. You can see that there are freshly stripped leathers hanging in the corner, leather jackets, leather breeches, leather boots. Anything that can be made out of an animal is hanging from the wall or on display here, including knives made out of elk horn and bows made out of elk horn as well, of course, as well as huge drinking horns, sheepskin bladders to use as wineskins. Just the place is stocked. A central counter, a circular central counter. That's a word to say. Sits in the middle of the floor, blocking your view, and you can see that there is a stairwell going up, and behind it, it appears that there's a way to go down behind the stairwell into the cellar.
Huh.
You're my first customers of the day. I am very excited to have you here. What can I do for you?
I'm looking for someone
Fur. Well, we have that.
named. No,
You know, actually, I think
told
you would
to
look
find
lovely
that
and fur.
Gwydon.
Really bring out the. Did you say Gwydon?
Yeah. A friend of Mancebo, I think.
I
sent me
don't
here to
know any
find
Mancebo. Gwydon's shop's around the. You go down the stairs behind there.
Cool. I'll just go there then. And Tia's gonna just edge her way down.
Now, how about you, Lord Elf? I see that you would be the type of person who would do very well with a little bit of a fur fringe. It would really bring out your eyes. Have you considered it?
I used to have fur. I never liked it.
That's fair. I hear that removing fur is very fashionable these days. But how about you? Both of you lovely ladies with... Oh, I love your horns. I'm a big fan of horns. Thanks. Have you considered, especially you? Purple skin and black leather go very well together.
What do you have that's white?
White?
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, it depends on what shade of white, but I do have a white bustier, as well as a white leather skirt, and a pair of white, on you, they would definitely be thigh highs.
Dang. I'll take a look.
Yeah, he will take you over and will basically show you Emma Frost's outfit,
Nice.
which is made out of, ooh, what kind of leather would that be? That would be like calfskin leather, probably.
What about cloaks?
White to match, or something else?
Surprise me.
Surprise you? Absolutely. Well, this one would
And
definitely...
while he's doing that, I'm gonna like motion behind my back, like
to other people going downstairs. Nice. Okay. So he will take you shop, or like he will basically ply you with all of his things. He's got some really good stuff in here. It's just kind of a weird shop, and you can see why people wouldn't want to be here. You can also see that there's a slight stench coming from the back room, probably where some of the tanning is done.
for leathers.
Yeah, it is not a good smell. Who is sneaking down to the basement?
Mally's gonna go check that out, but she might come back afterwards.
Sounds good. All right, so down in the basement, you round the corner, and the stairwell that descends downward is so short that you actually will have to duck a bit. Tia, you will be about halving your height as you go down, and you can hear the sound of ironworker tongs being struck by a hammer. As you descend, it's incredibly dark. Only a single candle lit in the center of the room. It's a large, dome-roofed room, about 30 feet long and about 15 feet wide. Sitting in the middle of these huge tables covered with all manner of strange objects, vials, and a bit of a bubbling solution of ink at the back of the room in one of those coiling alchemist kits. You can see this inky liquids. For a moment, you're just brought back to Edagon's his banana ooze, which was siphoned in similar coils. And as you enter, you will see that he's an old dwarven man. The oldest dwarven man you can remember seeing in quite some time. Must be pushing 500. His beard stretches down, white as the clouds on a summer day, tucked into his old cracked leather belt. A simple tunic without sleeves is hanging down past his knees, and he's wearing just a pair of sandals underneath it. Every bit of exposed flesh and his gnarled, ropey muscles are covered with flowing ink and tattoos, all the way up to his jawline, at least what you can see around that huge beard. Eyebrows the size of caterpillars, no, steroidal caterpillars, work on top of his head, and he has a kind of a domed, floppy cap holding his stringy, mostly bald hair back. That kind of dangles, kind of like in a gnomish fashion, like one of the gnome hats. Except this one is blue and hunches down his back. Who's there?
Hello? I'm looking for Gwyden.
Aye, I'm Gwyden.
I was sent to seek you out.
I don't take customers. You have to
Well,
have an appointment. Do you have an appointment?
No. I was asked to seek you out as a favor to a friend of yours.
I don't have any friends.
Does the name Mancebo ring a bell?
Oh, him. And he will take whatever he was hammering and thrust it into a pail of liquid, and a plume of steam will... All right. He'll turn around and eye you up and down. And who else is down here? So, okay, Farah will be down there too.
Molly's just like, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, she wants to see this.
Yeah, Xeno will be down there too.
Aren't you a queer assortment?
I mean,
Thank you.
Party?
kinda, yeah.
Mm.
Sometimes.
I didn't mean like... I meant you...
Yeah, it's not the most common number of individuals.
He'll spit onto the cobbled floor. Look. All right, so Mancebo sent you.
Yeah.
What do you want?
Well, mostly because he said that to take a sword back, that I had to come and visit you.
I don't want a sword.
Well, no, I gave it to him.
Well, why'd you do that?
Because it was going to be...
I don't care. Show me your ink.
I don't have any.
You're an orc.
But I would like to get some.
How old are you?
36. I mean, I wasn't strictly raised in an orc community.
Stool, now. He'll gesture to an old wooden stool.
Dia will go and just like immediately just sit.
It creaks under your weight. You think it'd creak under just about anybody's weight?
This thing is not.
Is this Mancebo's? This is my favor.
I believe so.
Alright. Well, I can do what I can for you. Here, and he'll reach over and pull out a leather-bound volume and will slam it on your lap with so much force that it'll actually, like, it'll sting a bit.
Oh.
Flip through it.
Yep. All right. She will do so.
All right. You'll see that there are a number of tattoos inside of there, all different designs. So for the purposes of this, you are going to be able to pick what your tattoo looks like. It's going to be a dwarven design, though, so it's going to be when you design it, Amy, I'm going to let you do that in your spare time, but it's going to be, like, harsh geometry. Like, it's going to be, like, every part of it is... There's not going to be anything that flows. This isn't going to be... Like, we're talking right angles. We're talking everything in here is mathematical. Mm. Like, if it was pulled off your skin, it could probably stand on its own if you put your tattoo on a table physically. If you get what I mean? Like, it looks like a Jenga set more than, like, cursive.
Okay.
It looked, and it's or dwarven alphabet, but he will guide you through things. For Mancebo, I can do a little bit. I can do one of these, one of these, one of these, or one of these. If you want anything more powerful than that, we can deal. Do you have any magic items you don't love?
I have a couple different things. I mean, I'm kind of attached to most of them, but you could negotiate something. But what kind are you thinking?
I need something to power this beyond the basics. Now, I've got a little bit that I have welled up that I can use. Something that...
Well, I have an amulet or a ring of protection.
Alright, that would be good.
And I've got this belt, and she'll point at her belt of giant strength.
Alright, here's the deal with these. My tattoos. They're divine. They draw power from the mystical and put it in your skin.
Okay.
Every person can only hold a certain amount of magic. This takes up some of it.
Okay.
So, you got to decide if this is what you want. Or you want a fancy belt.
I mean,
Usually, a person can only hold 3 pieces of real magic.
Right.
The tattoo will count. It's removable. But...
So just to clarify, out of character.
It counts as an attunement slot.
Yeah, so if I... Would I be able to swap out the belt to the tattoo to have that permanent strength boost?
So I'm going to tell you what I can offer you. Yeah. So I have already gone through here. Presently, so I just actually... we're going to be using Tasha's for your tattoos. Okay. But... I
have that now.
Yay, and if you... unfortunately, I just backed a Kickstarter for an entire book of tattoo magic. Oh, but cool. it just went up, like, last week, so it's not out yet. So the tattoos that are available to you, you will be able to pick any very rare... any rare out of the book.
Okay. What page is that?
So they are all throughout around page 119. So here are the ones that he can do without any problem. So it's going to be rare or very rare. If you want anything cooler than that, you need to give a magic item up.
Yeah.
Basically, you'll trade it to him, and he'll be able to give you some cool effects. So the tattoos, and this goes for anybody here. If you want to barter with him, you can trade a certain power of item level to get a tattoo instead. Absorbing tattoo is a good one. Basically, you attune to the item, and you attune to the tattoo, and while it's on your skin, you gain resistance to the damage type of your choice. Means you take half damage. Also, when you take damage of the chosen type, you can use your reaction to gain immunity against that damage, that single hit, and regain a number of hit points equal to half the damage you would have taken. So that one's pretty dope. Then there is the... so not Coiling Grasp. Barrier Tattoo. Barrier Tattoo increases your armor class.
Oh, rad.
He can give you the one that's where it gives you 15 plus your dex mod. You can't wear armor with this.
Yeah.
If you give him a magic item, he can crank that up to an 18.
That would be nice. My AC right now is 15, and that's including the boost from my Ring of Protection or whatever.
Yeah,
it is.
so if you give him the Ring of Protection, he can crank you up to an 18. Oh, and you
Very
can use a
good.
shield.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
that's pretty dope.
Damn.
That could
Blood
bring you
Fury
up to
tattoo?
20
What the hell
then.
is that?
If you're using a shield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd have to give up something major for the Blood Fury one, which basically gives you rage.
Yeah, that's funny.
It allows you to deal a ton of necrotic
Yes.
damage. Coiling Grasp is not up for sale at this one because that. Then there is Eldritch Claw is not really a you thing, so I skipped that one as well. Illuminator's Tattoo is super weak. It's basically you create light. Life Well. You get resistance to necrotic damage, and you get Life Ward. That happens once a day. Meaning that if you drop to 0, you drop to 1 instead.
Yeah, but I also already have something I think that does that from orcs that once per day. I
Yep,
think I
and
can
you've
do
got
something like that.
Malia.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's a good one.
Mhm.
Ghost Step is another one. Where is it? Ghost Step allows you to basically become a ghost. You gain resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, slashing, can't be grappled, and can move through creatures and objects.
That's kind of rad, but we'll
Yep,
see.
it's only a 1 turn.
Yeah.
Then there is
Okay.
Spell Rot's a weird one. Spell Rots are scrolls, but in your skin. And then there's the Shadowfell brand, which is the last one from this book. There are other ones, so we could look up others later, but the Shadowfell brand, to attune this item, you hold blah, 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 blah. You gain dark vision with a range of 60 feet and advantage on stealth checks. When you take damage, you can become incorporeal to take half damage once a day.
Interesting.
Cool.
So the barrier ones barrier and absorbing are the ones that you'd probably like the most.
Yeah, the barrier one seems to make the most sense to me.
We can do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
That piqued Xeno's interest as well.
So that would get rid of. I would lose my ring, and then
You sure you want this?
yeah.
All right. Where do you want it?
Now this is a. I'm just ready for required achievement. So rare. If I went up to very rare, that takes up like a chunk of.
All right. So it's going to be the 2 arms, your chest,
Yeah.
or your upper back.
Ooh, how about upper back?
I could do that.
Yeah. Okay.
No part of a sleeve.
Ooh, that's tempting. Okay, what does the chat think? Someone tell me. Give me some ideas. I need some input here.
Well, what are the ones that you're?
I'm thinking either because it was either upper back or it was like 2 arms or chest. But I assume they could probably do like an arm and a chunk of the shoulder or something.
Yep. They
Because
can.
like
Basically,
Yeah.
you're going to be taking up about a foot square of flesh. So boop, boop.
and like
Yeah.
just like outside of game, do you want to be able to showcase it if we make the costumes?
Oh God.
Because you can also think of like if you're gonna do it on your arm, you can easily make a sleeve out of like nude tights and then draw it on and then have it for a costuming.
That's true. We could. Yeah. All right. I've got someone suggesting sleeves.
That's what I said.
So apparently, in Critical
Yeah.
Role, they have tattoos that can improve your stats.
Mhm.
I'd
I mean,
also
that's
allow that, but
basically-
I'd want to know what the rarity would be on that.
Yeah, I guess it depends on the. Well, I wonder if it would be.
It'd probably
just
be
item
like a
very
+2
rare
would
price
probably be rare,
Yeah.
and then it would probably be a plus up to 20. You know what? It would be the same as.
Like, what's the rarity of my belt?
One sec. The DMG is the one thing I didn't have ready. Where the hell is my DMG? Whoa. DMG. Whoa.
And like with a lot of these tattoos, do you have to
Kill
use it
giant
kinda like-
strength is rare, which is what I have. Belt of
And
kill
like-
giant strength.
Do you have to do something in particular to use the tattoo? Like, I don't know.
Nope, always on.
Yeah,
unless-
It was always on.
It just takes one of my attunement slots.
yeah. But this is a bigger deal than just getting a stat boost.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a belt of strength.
Honestly, I'm just thinking back to like Full Metal Alchemist with Scar having the tattooed arm of his brother, and that's how he was able to do his like.
There we go. So I would say the tattoo uses the exact same table as the belts of strength.
Oh, okay.
So rare would be a 21, very rare would be a 23, very rare would be a 25, I guess, but I would just take something bigger from you for that one.
Because yeah, that's my other thought. Is that if I went with a very rare and did that sort of boost, then like.
Do you want more AC or do you want more strength?
Oh, that's a good
Thank
question.
Thank you, James, for looking that up. Gemstone tattoos. Oh, those are pretty cool. Oh, that's cool. I wouldn't mind. I could add those in.
That's really cool looking.
That is really cool looking. I don't think that's what. Yeah, it's gemstones though. That's a very dwarven thing.
That's very cool.
I would have to double check these prices.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
But-
thinking like if you're gonna get it, what I imagine for Tia in particular is like arm like up on the shoulder or like on the back, so then we could still like see it in things, especially if we do go back to doing convention table reads or something again. Like it'd be a really cool thing to be able to see your character have.
You know
So
what?
it's not necessarily just covered up anyways.
I'm actually fine with these prices because it doesn't look like you can combine them.
Yeah.
No, you can only have one.
So, and they're only a +1. So any of the stat bonuses, that's kind of good because then it allows you to round up any of your odd numbers.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So if anybody wanted, I might charge a little more for them than the prices listed here, but yeah. So if you guys want to do that, we can think about that during the break.
That's something
Okay.
to think about. Yeah. So for now, I guess we're using that sort of rarity like table.
Mm-hmm.
This giant strength just would be super super useful, but would you want to give her that sort of boost because the hill giant strength is like gives her a 21 strength.
Mm-hmm.
Unless so things to think.
I mean, do you want slightly more strength or do you want more defense? Because your defense would stay the same in any form.
In that case, boost the defense.
Because like it's a tattoo.
Tattoo would be it would go across forms.
I think the only thing that it technically might not do is elemental form. Because you don't have a skin.
Yeah. that would-
Unless it's magical ink, in which case you just see weird cool patterns floating in the air if she's in
I'd allow it.
because that would
I
look
like
so cool.
Yeah, and I think going defense is probably your best bet because of how often you're just like causing as much damage as you can, kind of more face to face until you get popped out of that form.
Yeah, and that brings you up near everybody else because I think that Mars, you have an AC of 17.
Yes.
Yeah, so
yeah,
right
my
now
AC is probably the lowest. Then.
your AC is lower than Farah's.
Yeah, because I'm stuck with unless I like reduce my like
You're
low-
15?
slow myself down. Yeah, 15.
Yeah, that's really low.
Yeah.
I'm only one above you. I'm 16, so.
Yeah, the only reason I'm at 17
But
is
you do a lot
because
more
I had
ranged.
something that gave me an extra AC boost.
Yeah.
So
I'm at 18 because I have a shield and the adamantine half plate.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll do the barrier or whatever it was. The
No, I can do that.
yeah.
Give me
So
the
maybe
ring.
She'll
Don't expect a deal like this in the future. This is because Mancebo must really like you. He takes a look at the ring, and you can see that as he touches it, it glows slightly. You can see it reflecting in his iris as he looks at it. And then he'll slowly lower it to the iron, to the anvil in front of him, and will smash it with a hammer. Repeatedly. And then we'll take a long iron syringe and begin to just suck up the pieces of it. The bits of
Mally is
shattered
watching
gemstone
intently.
begin to liquefy as he works. And he starts brewing ink. He puts it through an alchemical process. At the end of it, you'll see that these glowing vats start pumping out this sludgy material that hardens into a brick that's about the size of half an ingot. He approaches the stool. Strip down.
Yep, she'll remove layers or whatever.
All right. You want this? He says. And you see that he's reached down and has pulled up a strip of well-worn leather about as thick as the top nub of your finger.
Hmm. Right. Okay.
Do you want it?
Probably.
Not brave, but smart. I prefer it. This isn't going to be fun. And you see that he picks up a long iron rod, about a foot long, with a chisel tip to it. And then, as he works, he starts going to town with this, almost kind of looks like a paint scraper, but in miniature, that he uses to scratch across this ingot, grinding off bits of the ink, which he then dips this iron rod into, pulls a small ball-peen hammer, and begins to hammer it into your flesh.
Ow.
That's not how I remember it.
That
no,
sounds really uncomfortable.
because this is actually the traditional Japanese style of tattoos that the Yakuza get. Because I've been researching that for my new book. It is awful, and most people can only go about 2-hour sessions before they have to stop.
Oh man.
Getting a Yakuza tattoo takes 6 months to a year.
Yeah, but like traditional Japanese tattoos look so pretty.
Pretty much similarly like traditional Samoan or Islander tattoos.
The poked.
Yeah, because you're literally like, they use metal in Japan. I believe they use some type of reed that's tipped with something in the Pacific Islands.
Mhm.
But it's
I think when I saw it on TV, it was like a little kind of comb sort of piece at the end of a little rod that they'd tap. And it had like little needly, like thorns even maybe.
So it's going to take about an hour to do this. He
All right.
works very quick, and it's magic, so I'm going to speed it up. I need you to make me a Constitution save
Okay.
to not gain a level of exhaustion at the end of this.
All right.
You're going to probably roll with disadvantage.
Okay.
This is really cool. Mally is just gonna watch very just like this is
A
cool.
Constitution save, that'll be 16.
16? Okay, you're going to be tired but not exhausted.
Yay.
So at the end of it, you can see that as he's been working, he has this kind of gray cloth that he keeps at his hip, and he's just going to keep dry rubbing it directly across your back. And when he does, it feels like sandpaper against your open nerves. And by the end of this, you're all seeing this gray cloth is almost purple with Tia's blood.
Oh.
He'll dip it into some water that he has in a small wooden bucket next to him, dab it a couple times, and wring it out, and you'll see crimson just rain down in the dim light. He'll wipe your back off one last time. Alright. That should keep. And then he'll smack the tattoo with his bare hand.
No,
No!
no.
Mally will just grin.
That hurt like hell, Tia. Alright. Anyone else?
Kelly,
Yes.
the ability score improvement ones, would those be attuned or no?
Those are not attuned.
Okay.
So that is the one bonus. They only are a +1 to a stat.
Okay, and we're level 11 now,
You're
right
level
now.
11. Yes, you are.
Holy-
Okay. Zeno is going to. He wants the +1 dex tattoo.
What would that take you to?
That would take me to 19.
That would take you to 19. Okay.
Yep. Because then I figured the next
Next
ability
level,
score-
you'll put a point into that.
Exactly. Because I have two stats, and I have con and dex that would be sitting at 19, so I can bump those both to 20.
All right, I can do that for you. 5,000. Materials, craftsmanship, and dealing with elf blood.
Stupid elf blood.
Where do you want it? You want it on your arse?
No.
I can do that. Put a big heart on his ass. You'll hear Farah say from the stairs.
No, arm. Shooting arm. Right arm.
I can do that. It's not going to be quite as in depth as that. Should be quicker. I've got this for that, and he's going to reach out and pull a tattoo gun. That it's almost like, to explain this, you can see that it's like a tattoo gun, but much larger. Kind of like one of those glass vial syringes that you see in those old asylums movies. You know, the ones with the 2 circles for the finger plunger.
Okay, yeah.
And inside of the inkwell, you can see that there is a huge amount. It almost looks like an hourglass inside, with glittering dust made of ground emeralds inside of it. The tip of this needle is about as large around as the tip of a rapier.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, it's not going to be gentle.
So how about 4,500?
You can make me a persuasion roll.
I will do that thing. That's going to be... That's not horrible. Persuasion. That's going to be a 16.
Ah, because you're together, 4,500. I should be fine, but I need it on the table right now.
I will place it on the table.
Okay, so subtract 4,500.
I will do that. That
Before I
hurts.
begin this, is anybody else getting in on this?
Question.
Yes.
So the only thing I think I would be very interested in is making my strength more permanent, because right now it's only as a result of gauntlets,
So the gauntlets of...
which have put me to 19, and I was 13
Yeah,
starting out.
I don't think that's going to be super useful for you. So the gauntlets of ogre power automatically set to 19. So even if you even if you raised your strength, it would still be at 19.
No. It was more that I was expecting I'd have to sacrifice those gauntlets for that. But I'm starting to look at putting stuff into strength to make it so that I can't be nerfed by getting rid of gauntlets.
Okay.
Because if I lose the gauntlets, I'm screwed.
Okay. So what are you looking for with this?
Essentially trying to kind of put my strength close to 19.
Okay. Are you asking?
Which is a lot of jump, so I'm not really sure if that's something that we can do.
So your strength is 13. Next level, you'd be able to get it to 16 if you got the +1 tattoo.
Okay.
Alternatively, you could try to get him to give you like a hill giant tattoo, which he would require some magical items to sacrifice to do that for you, because it is quite a big jump. So he could destroy your gauntlets to do that, and then he'd still need something else.
Okay, like the Ring of Surge Protection.
Ring of Surge Protection.
Is that too minor? Because that was just a little thing you gave me. I also have that Emerald Spell Gem. I have Ruby Dust. I have a Jade Comb.
Let me just check. That's a Ring of Surge Protection. Can't remember if that's in the DMG or if I made that up. One sec.
Yeah, I don't really remember now either.
So it's... Oh, yeah, that's right. It's a Ring of Resistance. So... yeah, actually, the Ring of Resistance and the gauntlets, he can get you... he can get you a hill giant strength for that. If you have anything else, he might be able to bump you up to stone.
Well, I don't know if the Emerald Spell Gem counts.
Emeralds...
That's the one that holds a cantrip? And that anybody
I mean,
can
that
use?
would count toward the total. Do you guys have anything else as a party?
I have jet stones.
Do you have anything magical, specifically?
Oh, okay.
Was there anything in the bag that we hadn't sold off yet?
You have
In
probably
the-
quite a few magical items. Xeno?
In the whole
I
thing?
think there was a bunch of stuff that we didn't really use.
Yeah, there was a good chunk of just miscellaneous stuff. I don't have the sheet in front of me.
I thought you were party loot keeper.
I have some. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so
Yeah, because I'm not
party.
willing to unattune the dwarven thrower.
Yeah, the Dwarven
So-
Thrower is probably going to stick with you.
So we have, as of Apesh, in the party loot, we have an emerald pommel dagger.
It's a dagger.
Green and gold scale snakeskin armor, +1 scale mail.
Okay, that would help as well.
We have a golden snakehead headdress.
Okay.
Mars isn't there, but I still have 2 of those vials of dragon stuff.
That's true. Nobody knows about
I don't-
that though.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
think
secret.
Mally doesn't know that you have that. So,
No, but
I mean,
I'm just
by this
saying
point, it's been
it's
an
out
hour.
there.
so have you come down now? Because it's been an hour.
It's been an hour, so but would you want to bring that up in front of Farah?
No,
Okay. So, what
I would
other?
probably
point?
take the dude to the side and be like, talkie if I was doing
So
Add it
what?
in.
drip.
So
Give me
what
dragon
else?
strength.
What else do you have?
I've barely taken anything, so that's yeah.
We also have
Oh, I
Elven
have
chain.
scrolls.
I'm sorry. What'd you say, Mike?
Elven chain.
Okay. Tell you what. Give me the scale mail, the elven chain, the spell gem, your gauntlets, and that
Ring,
ring, and I can get you stone giant strength.
which does what?
Raises it to 23.
Fuck yes!
What?
Yes!
Yeah, that's the one I didn't opt for because I wanted the permanent.
Yeah, but you're
AC.
literally giving up like a ton of magic items. Like this
Yeah.
is
Yes,
like this is like
please. Oh my
20,000
God,
gold
yes.
worth of stuff minimum.
Strength is my mod for attacking with
Yeah.
my thrower.
God,
Uh,
how do I get my dex to 23?
There,
Yes, please.
there is not a way to
Yeah.
do that. in this
Holy
book.
crap!
But she only gets 1 attack per round, so it's kind of a little more balanced.
That is fair. Because that
yeah.
wouldn't apply to my spiritual weapon.
So go ahead and mark all of those things off. So that should be a total of, I believe, 5 items that are being sacrificed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
3 from me, 2
And
from the
2
bag.
party, yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. So Zeno, you can have yours for 4,500 gold. Okay. So basically,
Yay.
he's going to go through. He's going to give you that emerald tattoo along your arm, kind of, and he can actually do that one in the elven style.
Cool, yeah.
Malia, are you going to get it along like you going to get a sleeve?
Yeah, I
Because
figure it
this
should
is
go on like. I'm assuming this is a big one, so I'm
It's
thinking
gonna take-
double sleeve.
It's going to have to be a double sleeve.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hell yes.
So this is going
Malia
to be
needs some tattoos. She probably has some basic family ones on her back or something, but
dwarves are
they
big
never
on
really come up
tattoos.
because she's always wearing armor.
Sounds good. And then Mars, do you or Tia want any additional tattoos? Any of the stat boost ones or anything?
I don't know if I can afford any of the tattoos.
What about party loot?
We do have more in the party loot.
There's quite a bit in the party
What
loot.
would you suggest? What would you suggest even for Mars?
What are your stats? Do you have any that are at an odd number? Dex or charisma?
My charisma's always been pretty high. Dex would be the one that I would.
Well, are either
No.
of them at odd numbers?
I need to double check because of the 11 and with the multi-classing.
So that wouldn't have affected your stats at all. So just tell me
No?
if any of your raw stat numbers are like an odd number.
Like 11 or 13.
Like
or
11,
something.
13, 17, 15.
Let me see. It would be my charisma.
What your charisma
It's
is
an
at
odd
a...
number. A 15.
So if you got a charisma one, that would give you a +1 to all your spell save DCs and spell attacks.
And that's something that I think would be good since now that I am multi-classing, I could build that up a little bit because it's only like first level stuff, but
Yeah.
it still helps.
So he, if you want that, he can do that for 5,000. Or you can try to negotiate the price down.
I will try to negotiate. the
Okay,
price
so
down.
make me a persuasion roll. What are you going to try to negotiate it to?
Maybe about half.
About half. All right, let's see if you can do
But
this.
I'm also going to use my inspiration.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
And what's the negotiation?
Persuasion.
Persuasion. So I got a 22.
I can do 3,000. It's not quite half, but
No, but I
Here-
think that's doable.
I've got extra aquamarine, so I can let it go at a premium.
Okay, yeah, let's do that then.
All right,
Which-
pick out of the book what you want.
I guess on top of like magic items, is there a gold cost for mine?
There is not a gold cost because you sacrificed about 20 grand worth of magic items for it.
All right, good to know.
All right,
I
Tia,
still have money for a room at an inn.
do you want any stat boosts?
I just sent you a message in the chat.
Oh, did you? Okay, one sec.
Yeah.
Boop, boop, boop. I wouldn't worry about it because, quick reminder, so one of the things that I've heard you guys talk about is that if you lose your item, you guys are nerfed, but the tattoos can be removed.
Ah,
True.
And if you go through like an anti-magic field, they stop working as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's
So-
more along the lines of like Tia, she can only, if it can reasonably manifest on her when she shapeshifts, like if she shifts into a bear form, right, the belt turns into like a bracer or a collar or something. But if she turns into an elemental form,
we'll tell you what, Tia.
it doesn't stay on. So
He'll
if it was
consider
magical, I
it.
think
He'll consider it for two things.
Okay.
He'll consider it for your belt and your staff.
And my staff.
Mm-hmm.
That's my only weapon right now. Hmm.
He'll consider it. He'll consider it.
Well, she got it from Farah, the staff.
No, you
So
didn't.
she'll
You
look
stole
over-
it from you stole it from a gnomish temple.
Oh, did I? I don't remember.
In
I thought it was
Ballyhut.
something she got from Farah. All right, cool. In that case, sure.
I
Yeah.
will consider it during our break. I will
Okay.
figure out whether or not that is going to be reasonable to have
Okay.
you
But
cranked up to ridiculous degrees, but it's probably gonna be fine. Okay.
yeah, I mean, I figure it's a little harder though for somebody to remove a tattoo if they're just like restraining us and like stripping us of armor.
Unless they know what it is. Otherwise, like
Yeah.
normally you can remove it with a pretty.
But also,
easy...
it'd be under clothing,
Mhm.
so they're not
Or
necessarily going
fur,
to notice it at
whatever.
first.
Yeah.
Whereas they'd notice gauntlets and be like, "Oh, that's magical," or something, right?
Yeah.
That's on the outside of your
So
clothes.
so Mars, you are going. Where do you want your tattoo, Mars? So Zeno's got his along his arm.
how big is it about?
So something like this is looks like it's probably about 3 square inches.
Should probably put it on the inside of her wrist.
Do you have to put it somewhere charisma based? Doesn't look like it.
This was like charisma based.
Oh, you can get a chest piece. You
Get an underboob tattoo.
you get face tats.
Ugh, no.
You get a tramp stamp. That's your charisma location.
Oh my.
Right above your tail. Okay.
Oh, now I'm actually considering.
Honestly, if
It's-
anybody
it's
would
like
have a
the-
tramp stamp, it'd be Mars.
It would be.
Mars.
So you can tell me where you're getting it during the break. We're going to take in just a second. Okay, so you can go ahead and do that. So Mars, raise your charisma by 1, and all of the derived values that use your charisma will go up by 1. So you will have a 16 in charisma, which means your modifier is a +3 now. Farah, you know what? Farah's going to get a tattoo.
Nice.
I want one too. But I'm not going to pay any more than... It's 5,000.
Mm.
I'll pay 4,000. They stare at each other for a long minute. 4,002. 4,001. 4,001 and a half. 4,001 and a half. Let me guess. Something to make you prettier or louder? Or wiser or smarter? I'm plenty wise,
don't
smart,
need to
and
be
pretty
louder.
already. What's in the red one? Strength. Yeah, let's go with that. All right, we can do that. All right, so she's gonna get to work
He's got
on
an
that.
entire afternoon of work now in front of him.
Yeah, basically. I guess you could also get. Should I raise her strength or her con?
What's our con at?
14.
I
And
mean, she's
strength?
not really
Strength's at 11.
called on to be strong very often, though.
No.
but also think of like the amount of times where she's in like battle and she's gotten wrecked.
Hmm.
Right?
true.
Okay.
So the
So
con,
con, I
would
think,
boost-
is
I mean, she'd
It
also
might
raise
help
her
her.
int because she's at a 16 right now.
Hmm.
an int spellcasting for her, isn't it?
No, she's
Mhm.
charisma.
Oh.
She's
Oh,
she's at
charisma,
20.
right. Right.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know. What do you guys think? What does the chat think? Hmm. What do
I
you think?
mean, I could see her with a diamond dust tattoo.
I like this
I mean-
episode of LA Inked.
Yeah,
Int-
of Azabek inked.
I mean, int does make a lot of sense because that's all the stuff like arcana, history, nature, religion, like all the
Yeah.
knowledge skills.
Hmm.
Which she is supposed to be the
Mm.
smartsy one of the group, kind of. Or she's become the smartsy one of the group.
That's true. How about so we go int, or do we go strength?
I think int. You're
Int.
picking between those two.
I think so, because she's not really the brute force sort of person unless it's a
Yeah.
fireball.
Mhm.
I think she'd be
Hmm.
more inclined towards like out clevering somebody
Yeah.
and having them walk straight into her fireball instead of having to chase them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And charisma them
Right?
to walk into her fireball.
That's well. I can't raise my charisma above. Is it above 20 or
No.
above 22? I can never remember with new system.
20.
Is 20's the max? Okay.
I'm pretty sure 20.
So
yeah.
21's not going to do her any good.
No.
Except she's just going to be like, yeah, I went on ties against someone with 20. So okay, I will go ahead, and I could also put her into Constitution.
I mean, that is a good one because that raises her hit points every level then.
I'm gonna give it to Constitution, which means that he's actually going to take 4,500. So take 4,500 out of the pot, boys.
Cool.
I like that we can actually throw those numbers around now.
Well,
Right?
like
we were able to throw those
this
numbers
session
around
is
now.
definitely a way to get rid of extra magic items. So
Yep.
Zeno, if you want to have any big badass tattoo, you're gonna have to get rid of your bow.
Spooky.
He doesn't want it. Oh, he does have that quiver that he doesn't need anymore. The one that you water it and it grows arrows.
That's a pretty cute one.
Wait,
but I don't
what?
think it's
That's adorable.
Yeah.
I forgot you had that.
Yeah, it's a
so
quiver.
cute.
You water it and it grows arrows.
That's
But
cute.
his bow generates arrows.
That's true.
So
all right, and it's worth a pretty penny. Like I could get you a damn good tattoo. I could
What-
get
what could he get for that?
for that. I could get you. I love how we're just out of character we are through half of this session because it's just like it's the shopping.
It's just
episode.
easier to get through it
It's a shopping
quickly.
episode,
It-
yeah.
It's
then
true,
Well,
yeah.
and then there's no like I will say I love doing the negotiation in character, but when we talk to the details, I don't want you guys to be like, yeah, I totally gave up a +3 bow or like the potential for like a +5 bow or something like that. And then I got screwed because I misunderstood what the character was saying to me, not
Yeah.
the DM. So
I mean, that's why I asked out of character because I was willing to roleplay it once I knew what it was.
yeah, I think that's the way you should do it. Really, is to be fair. All right, so blood fury.
Oh,
Yeah.
although the quiver isn't attuned to him
Hmm.
because he's at his max for attunement. So that actually will limit what
The
what-
tattoo has 10 charges, regains it daily at dawn. When you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can expend a charge to deal 46 necrotic damage and regain a number of hit points equal to necrotic dealt.
What?
I
Yep.
know I'm looking at it right now
What?
going like,
When
oh,
when a creature
man.
you see damages you, can expend a charge to use your reaction to make a melee attack with advantage. Melee.
So that's a legendary Oli.
Yeah, which
So
is why it would
where
take
is all
O'Cannon's
of this
bow at
in
the
right now?
least.
Jesus
Up.
Christ. Okay, well he's not getting rid of his bow. So,
Okay, well then it's off the table.
yeah.
Yeah. So where's all the information for these again?
So they were posted in the chat. I will send you the link for the gemstone tattoos. And I'd really appreciate it if you guys also updated your pages on the wiki.
Okay.
Okay.
so that they reflected this as well. Boop. So it's in our Zoom chat right now. Cool. And also, if you haven't done your wiki stuff, everybody's doing wiki stuff now, so do wiki stuff.
So like, what could you get that wouldn't be attuned in exchange for that grow your own arrows quiver?
There's not much, unfortunately. Most of the tattoos do attunement.
Okay, so it'd be worth it more than just sell it then.
Basically, yeah, just sell
Okay,
it.
cool.
Or just keep it because it's great, or give it to Very.
That'd be adorable actually.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But most of these require attunement.
Okay, cool.
So, yeah, and I guess it doesn't say that you can't have 2 different attuned tattoos. It's just that you're down 2 slots.
Yeah.
Let me just double check. Once inscribed on a creature's body, body damage or injury doesn't hurt the function. When applying a magic tattoo, you can customize the tattoo's appearance. It can look like a brand, scarification, a birthmark, patterns of scale, or cosmetic alteration. The rarer the tattoo is, the more space it takes up. Blending magic and artistry. Yeah. So, yeah, you can have multiple ones, but it just is going to take your spots up.
Yeah.
It was Hill Giant Strength I was getting?
You have Stone Giant Strength.
Stone Giant.
Because
Yeah.
you gave a ton of stuff up.
Yep.
So that's 25, if I'm not mistaken. 23 or 25? 20.
You said 23.
23. Sorry, I put away my DMG like a fool. Okay, so you're going to take that, and then, so Tia, are you going to get it or not?
The other arm?
Yeah.
Getting your other arm down? I think so. Yeah.
Okay. So that is going to raise you to, what's your strength right now?
Well, it's currently sitting at 21 because she has the belt of Hill Giant Strength.
Okay. And you want to
Without
keep...
it, I think without it, it ends up being like, she's got like 13 or 14 strength.
Okay. So
like that.
I can give you a straight crossover if you give me your staff.
Okay, so would that include the belt?
Yeah.
Because she would want to, because otherwise she would want to bump it up. If she could
If you
bump it up
if you
higher,
give me
she'd
your
want
belt
to.
and your staff, I can give you Frost Giant. Unless MacLeod, do you care if you guys have the same strength?
No, that doesn't matter.
Okay.
It should be the same.
So wouldn't it be Stone Giant then?
Well,
Yeah.
it's Stone or Frost. They're the same one.
Oh, they're
okay.
the same. Okay.
Yeah. But I'm
Yeah.
just for differentiation. It's gonna be Frost
fair.
Giant.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you'll lose your serpent staff.
I will remove that.
What? So that's gonna take another. What? Do you have a last attunement slot?
Well, the thing is that her staff is attuned, and so is the belt. So if she loses both of those,
Do you have any other things that are attuned, or is that it?
that's it right now because she already swapped out the ring. She only had the 3 items.
Oh, fair enough. Let me just check one thing before I conclude this though. So staff of the
Yeah.
Viper, staff of the Python. So it's Adder. It's not that. It's staff.
Yeah,
of the,
staff of the adder.
is uncommon. Okay.
Well, I mean, an adder is a viper, but
Yeah, I know, but it's the name in the book.
yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, staff of
then
the
that was a
adder.
belt of. I'm gonna need one more thing actually,
Okay.
because that's only uncommon.
So uncommon, and the belt she had. So it's a.
So I'm gonna need one more thing. What do you guys have anything else on your party loot that you're willing to give up for this?
I think what else I have
We
in my
we have
inventory.
we have some good stuff here.
What do you have?
We have so just going down the list: ceremonial electrum dagger, solid gold burial mask, silver cone hat.
Let's see. He will take the silver cone hat. Actually, one sec. Which hat was that? That was the
I literally just have it written down as silver cone.
because
hat.
nobody identified it. And
Yeah.
So that is the hat of. What the hell is it? It's the hat of the helm of. No, it's not the helm of brilliance. Oh, it's a. Keep going. While I remember what that was, because it's been like 15 sessions since you got that hat.
Been a hot
Large
second.
gold bracelet, fancy robes, flying carpet, 12-time brass dinnerware set, 10 silver ingots, 42 slave collars.
Right, I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah. Can we just get rid of some of those?
6 handmade longbows, 6 scimitars, a silver talwar, a 10-piece silver drinkware and decanter set, ivory embalming kit, ancient Apache beer.
We're pack rats.
We are pack rats.
We've not sold any of this crap off. This is
Um,
ridiculous.
This is so
Yeah,
funny.
we have Apache linen, a gilded sword, bone flute,
Bone
voodoo
flute.
dolls,
So
a
he-
silver cow skull bolo tie.
That's true. You do have that.
When we get told to clean our room, we just shove everything.
It's just in the closet. It's your-
Everything goes in the bag of holding.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you want? I can definitely do it for the magic carpet. Oh wait, it's not a magic carpet. You haven't tamed it.
No, it's literally just rolled up and tied up and put in
Yeah.
the
So
bag
it's
of
not a
holding.
magic carpet. It's an animated carpet. There's a difference. It tries to bite you every time you
Feral.
pull it out.
Oh, okay. So I'll replace that with animated carpet.
Just put an asterisk next to it with "hates me" next to it. Okay. What else you got? Just because I want you to keep going because it's funny.
Pearl cufflinks, a regal opera mask, ancient globe, a flask of wine,
Mm-hmm.
ceremonial greatsword, crocodile skin pouch,
Mm,
3 toadstools,
Mm.
golden armbands, 2 more longbows, a sphere flask, 12 black gems, a statue of a serpent, and a smoky quartz crystal on staff.
Okay. So he will take those 2 items from you and the canonical hat,
And the canonical hat, you got it.
which is
So I no longer have the staff of the adder, and I no longer have my belt.
you no longer have your belt and you have 25 strength.
Sweet.
Okay, so that means that I need you and Malia to both make me con saves with disadvantage.
Hmm.
Your difficulty has gone up, Tia.
Wait, 25
so
or
was that-
23?
Yeah.
Sorry, 23. 23.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean to make you feel good for a second.
No, just making sure. Okay, so disadvantage on a con save?
Yep.
Aw, that sucks. That cost me a nat 20.
Oh, shit.
However, it's still pretty damn good.
Okay.
22.
But
22?
10.
Okay, you're going to be
10.
fine. Tia, you're going to have at least 1 level of exhaustion. Let me just see what... I think I'm... Let's see. I don't have any tattoos in real life. I should probably defer to the book. Exhaustion. Woof. Yeah, you're going to have 2 levels of exhaustion. You're going to have disadvantage on ability checks for the rest of the day, and your speed's going to be halved because... Ow! Ow!
That's good. Let's not try and break into anything today.
Malia, you're going to be fine for the time being. So you guys, this is going to take about 8 hours worth of work.
Jesus.
Yep.
Okay.
Going to spend a day!
Great. Is anybody else doing anything else?
That's what I wanted to do, so no.
Not
I mean,
particularly. Not after she spent this much. She
Well-
was gonna go look at the leather guy's stuff, but she just dropped like everything here.
Zeno is actually going to go look at the leather guy's stuff because he's going to get a quiver to replace the happy-go-lucky grow your own arrows one.
Okay.
What Tia's gonna do is actually gonna probably head up top and be like, and like try and sell off her set of leather armor if there's anything she can get for it. It's like maybe like a 50 silver or something. Just be like, you want
With
this?
your armor, make me a persuasion roll.
It's probably not very good.
It's probably
so.
beaten to
And
crap.
I have. Oh yeah, probably. Well,
What kind of quiver are you looking to get, Zeno?
Asian.
Nothing crazy. Just a really pretty ornate one.
Sorry, do I have disadvantage on skill checks or just?
Yeah, because
save?
you're like, I like to
saving throws? Okay.
trade for a thing. Ow.
Oh, so funnily enough, that's the same roll for even with disadvantage. So it's gonna be a dirty 20.
Okay, really? Okay, so yeah, you'll be able to get half value for your
I'll double check what that is.
armor. So oh wow, that's actually a really good piece right there. Oh, it's even stained with your blood. Ooh, I can sell this as a heroic armor set. I can just see it now.
Excellent. I'm glad I can give you something to.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. What kind of armor was that? Just studded?
It was just studded leather armor, the basic.
I think someone's lighting fireworks off that side. Stop doing that. There are a couple days left before that's allowed. All right. So, studded leather. I always put the armor first. Is that showing up on the mic?
Hmm?
Okay.
No, I don't think so, no.
I'll be able to get you 25 gold for that.
Oh, for
your armor. For studded leather?
oh,
25.
Great, cool.
All right, and then Zeno, for 15 gold pieces, my friend, I can get you a beautiful ornate leather quiver.
Cool. Does he have any like super rare animal ones?
Yes, he does. Random. Time to use a random generator. Random.
Do you want me to roll percentiles?
He has the following.
Okay.
Boop. I mean, request invalid.
I want that one.
There we go. All right, so there's a griffin skin one. There's one made out of a giant weasel. Nope, he wouldn't have that. There's one made of giant lizard. That would stink. That would stink. That would also stink. There's one made of polar bear leather. And there's another one made of snakeskin. And finally, I generated a noble. So no, let's redo that one.
Noble leather.
Okay, tribal warrior. Let me see. So there is going to be one made out of come on, give me something that's actually something that could be skinned.
I want the noble leather one.
The noble leather one. Of course you would.
People leather.
That sounds like something that sorry,
Okay.
Mars would wear
It's true.
for use.
It'd have to be halfling for Mars.
So there is one that looks like it has a draconic sheen to it. It's made of cobalt leather.
Oh, I'll take the cobalt leather one.
Cool. You can see that it looks like it was at one time a winged kobold, which are pretty rare.
Cool.
All right.
What does that cost?
That's going to cost you 50.
Oh, okay.
I like Zeno's reaction to that is basically, oh, is that all?
All right. Is anybody else buying anything else here before you hit the rest of the town?
No, I think that's it for me.
Okay. Sounds good. And I just have to do one thing real quick. Okay. I guess I should do that every hour. Oh, that's not good enough. Okay. All right. So with that, you will be firmly tatted, firmly statted, and ready to hit the town. You sorely limp and wade your way out of the Bleeding Heart with new equipment, new glowing material across your flesh, and prepare to head back into the city. Meanwhile, what Nothing Ventured doesn't realize, though, is that in the shadows, as dusk falls over Azabek, someone is searching for them as well. And we'll find out more about that when we come back from our break. We'll see you in just a minute. Whee! So many tats.
I'm excited.
God. And
I was kind of feeling a bit bad that Valia didn't really have any tattoos.
Narco 2005 asked a very important question, Winter. Did Mars buy the Emma Frost outfit? Oh, you're muted still.
Sorry. For how much the tattoo costs, though, I think I'm like, I don't have anything really left.
It's only 100 gold.
Only 100?
It's only 100. And it counts as studded leather.
How much gold do you have left?
If Zeno saw that she really liked it, she would buy it. He'd buy it for her.
I was gonna say Malia will potentially help as well.
Farrah will throw in some money for your bondage gear.
But do I need a, what was it, Emma Frost?
It's Emma. Do you know what that is?
She's the
White Queen from X-Men. So hold on.
Yeah. I don't know. Do I need it?
Hold on. I'm gonna pull up the photo for you.
Yeah, I think you do.
Oh, damn. There are a few different ones.
Yeah. So like, I'm thinking of the one from like the animated TV show that was
something like that. Yeah. That's a little too skimpy. Sorry, I'm just looking at a ton of different photos. This is important, guys, and we're gonna go to break in just a sec. But I want you
Yeah,
to
there's
select
a good one that's like pants and a crop top with a cape hanging off
Got
of it.
it. Okay, I'm gonna pop it in the chat here. In theory, so it should be going in the Twitch chat in just a sec.
Oh, okay.
I'll give it a second.
Copy image address. There we go. Boop. So I think that it was kind of what I was picturing.
Oh yeah, Mars should
Fine.
definitely
But
have
with,
that.
but with thigh highs instead of pants. Basically, the skirt thigh high combo. Although he could do lace up pants.
Yeah, the lace up pants would be better.
Okay.
Lace up pants with boots over top.
Yeah.
I think having some layer in there would look really cool.
Here's another shot of this from a different angle.
So,
Yeah, if Zeno saw Mars looking at it, he'd buy the whole thing and then give it to her once they're back at the inn.
is this like your guys' way of telling me that this is how I have to cosplay as Mars now?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Back.
There you go. There's one with a lot of lacing on it, so you can see how that looks.
Just instead of like, don't have to wear the crop top. You could always get like a bustier sort of style thing
Yeah.
in white too.
A lot of these are bustiers, and it's kind of nice.
Zeno has a couple bustiers.
It's true.
He would.
He does.
I seem to recall him picking those up actually.
Yeah, he has like 3 of them now.
If you
Okay,
so
I
when
need to
we
go to
get
the washroom
yeah.
and then I'm gonna get myself a coffee to keep this.
That's fair. That's
up.
fair. So we're gonna keep this up. Winter, go take some stuff for your headache,
Okay.
and we're gonna go to a break. So we'll be right back, everybody. Don't go anywhere. Hello and welcome back to the Shards of Nyrn here on Dork Tales. The characters have just gotten statted and tatted at Gwyden's Tattoo Emporium, and you are now. I do need more patrons to get that studio, Robin. It's true. All right, so
many more patrons.
also welcome back, and if you're listening to us on the podcast for the first time, good to have you here. All right, so. As you head back out into the city, night has fallen across the land. What's your plan to do? It's about 9 o'clock at night at this point. Going on 10.
Get dinner and go to the inn, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. I think
Right.
make sure that we're not out and about too much and barricade ourselves in our room and set a watch and
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mars is gonna do this weird thing where she's gonna look at a book.
Whoa,
She's gonna read.
that's wild.
Who
Actu-
is she?
Tia's probably gonna stop off and see if she can find like a basic weapon of some sort because she currently has daggers and a crossbow. That's all she has.
There's
Zeno will present her with a choice of a scimitar, a bow, or a silvered talwar,
Okay.
or a wand of magic missile.
Okay. No,
you can,
not
you
that.
can you can
Okay.
use a talwar if you'd like, because it's
Yeah.
technically a
What does a
scimitar.
talwar look like?
A talwar is like a giant
Are-
scimitar.
Are they just basic? Like, would it just be scimitar stats?
It
So
would be
basically,
just
it's 2 scimitars.
It's 2 scimitars. One's longer than the other.
One's longer than the other. Okay.
And
Sure.
it's a silvered talwar too.
It is silver.
Ooh, fancy. You know what? Sure, she's a little vain. She'll go with the pretty one,
Okay,
I will mark that off of the party loot.
and
Okay.
I will add it to mine.
sounds good.
Thanks.
So you find yourselves out on the street of Asabak's common district. It's night, and you can hear in the spring air the sound of crickets and cicada calling out into the farmlands outside of the wall. Do you just grab some food and head back to the inn, or do you go and actually sit down in a tavern?
Oh, maybe actually in a tavern.
Sounds good.
That
All
sounds
right.
good.
So there are a number of taverns nearby. You can go to. There are 3 that you'll find immediately. There's one on Penny Lane. There's the Red Goblets, which had the people that attacked you earlier. There's the Drinking Dog Pub, and then there's Ludo's Playhouse, which is partially a tavern.
Well, Catamus specifically mentioned Ludo's Playhouse, so Zeno's probably going to be like, "Oh, that's the place that Catamus mentioned."
Don't you get enough?
He was saying it was good.
I'm pretty sure he meant it was a brothel.
I just want food. I'm gonna go find food.
I'm going to play Shadow Tia. Hi, Tia. Farah's going to trail behind you.
Sure, come on, let's go. See if
Mars,
we can
play
find
Shadow
something cool.
Farah.
What?
Or go to the brothel. I don't care. Do what you do.
Oh, okay. I can do that.
Xeno's gonna go off with the group to get actual food.
Okay. So, the two places that you can go, there's the Drinking Dog Pub and there's the Red Goblets. Those are the two most prominent food locations that are open this late, aside from street food, of which there are a plethora of, lining the streets on both sides.
I guess which seems more or less dangerous looking?
Which one looks more peaceful?
Okay. A quick glance, you think the Red Goblet seems the most peaceful.
Okay.
Is that where you'd like to go?
Sure, let's do that.
All right. You soon find yourselves inside a fairly somber little tavern. It feels very much, as you walk in, kind of like the saloon that you went to back in Achaidh. It's a wide, expansive two-floor room where it looks like some individuals use the top floors for recreation purposes. It's just what you do. But it's sturdily built, with a wide floor, with a good dozen round tables spread throughout, as well as two great tables forming a V in the center of the room. A large bar hugs the back left wall, and you can see that a half-elven woman is busily polishing glasses and clay tankards. As you enter, she'll smile and look at you underneath her hooded eyes and will say, "Hi, welcome, come grab a seat. Welcome to the Red Goblet."
Nod and smile.
Nobody really
Yeah.
pays attention to you as you enter, which is,
Kind of how we want it.
yeah, it's kind of a nice
Yeah,
feel.
we want it.
And as you are going, you can hear that there is a bit of music playing from a halfling sitting at the bar. Sitting down in front of the hearth, kind of strumming at some music. And this is another one that I wrote myself. I hope you enjoy it. And how does it go? Something like this. And he will start violining, adding just a little bit of tune to the air as you head inside. You find yourself at a table, and not a particularly good one. It's right near the latrine line and near the kitchen exit, but it's out of the way, and it keeps you away from the line of sight from the door. People around you are having a nice conversation and chatting, and soon enough you will have a young human woman will approach you, kind of early 20s with straw-colored hair pulled back into a ponytail, wearing the dark clothing that all of the servers are wearing inside of here, a simple tunic with a belt around the waist. She's a little curvier than the other women here, and is you can see that she's straining a little bit against the belt. Probably a new hire that hasn't had the correct outfit ascribed to her, or she's wearing elven clothing on a human's build. She's short, attractive, with a dusting of freckles across her pale cheeks. And, howdy, y'all. Can I get you anything to drink? My name's Tilda.
Wine.
Wine.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Now, we do have a couple different vintages of wine. I can just get you what the house special is, or I could... we actually carry a few different vintages. We have, of course, Elven. We also have some grown from the grapelands over in Argeny, some human wine. And for a little bit of an extra cost because of a levy, we do have a little bit of Orcish wine.
Sure, I'll try that.
I think it would be suited to your constitution pretty well. Okay. And for the rest of y'all?
I'll just
Ale,
try
please.
your Elven vintage.
Elven, okay. Sounds good. Elven. And I'm sorry, was that a white or a red?
Red.
I had a feeling. So tonight, and I'm sorry, ma'am, you with the red hair, you were going to say something?
Ale, please.
Would you like
Beer?
it dark or light?
Dark.
Dark, I
Very,
can do
very
that,
dark.
absolutely. And for you, young girl?
Oh shit.
Farah will slowly look up. I'm older than you. I'm older than all of you. Vodka. Do you have vodka? Yeah, we have some dwarven vodka from Osselvik. I need 5 vodka. 5 vodkas.
5 vodka.
I'll take some too, actually, then.
Understood. Yeah. All right, I'll have that right away for you. And are you having the set meal as well? It's gonna be it's an oxen stew, literally oxtail stew, with carrots and potatoes. We also have something for the finer palate, a rice pilaf, pilafi, or a risotto.
Soup sounds wonderful.
And soup.
A
Okay.
bit of both.
But which both? There were 3 options, miss.
Oh, the pilaf and the soup.
Pilaf and soup. All right. Yep. Okay. Risotto.
Risotto, please.
Risotto. And
Soup.
soup. I love your complexion, by the way.
Thank you.
Oh, are you all right, ma'am? You're bleeding on the table.
One of
Look.
us is she talking to?
Gesture to Tia, where Tia, you're leaking
Oh.
through your strength tattoo onto the table. Blood is
Ew.
welling up in rivets around your skin, like rain lifting off the ground.
It's normal.
It happens.
She's
I'll-
got a tattoo.
Oh, that
Doing.
makes sense. I got a nice one too, and she'll kind of like tug down. You'll see that she has a big chest piece.
Ooh, very nice.
The bartender will. Oh, sorry. I was just showing them I saw what you were showing.
Sorry about the.
Keep your
Blood.
tips put away, please. Excuse me.
The only.
All right. So, she will go back and give you a second. So your meal here is going to cost you, for that, it's going to cost you about a gold piece for all of it. Basically, for all the food and drink you need.
Total altogether. Tia will front it.
No, one each.
Each? Then Tia will front it.
It's
So
5. It's
for
5
all-
gold, and this is going to be like it's going to be like buffet prices. Like, they're
Yeah.
obviously overcharging here, but you're getting a lot of food for that.
Tia's also gonna tip the server another 2 gold.
Oh wow. You know, she'll bring you your food, and as you're tipping her, and she's gonna lean down next to you and say, "You don't have to do that, thank you, but I appreciate it." You know, there are a couple of lotions that are really good at helping work the tattoos in so they don't dry out. Did they give you any of those? She'll whisper in your ear.
I don't think so. What should I be looking for?
Well, I've got a eucalyptus and rosehip oil up in in my room here. I could help rub that down for you later.
Let me see if Tia's aware enough.
Make me an insight roll.
And this
Ally
is
just
a
gonna
disadvantage,
just
right?
Watching this.
This is why. Oh yeah, it is a disadvantage because you're in pain. You're right.
Yeah. Oh well, that's a 14.
You know what? I'm gonna give it to you at 14 because she's going to lean her tattoo against your arm. Like basically, you're just going to suddenly have your tricep kind of pushed between a pair of quite large
I
breasts.
think even she can figure that out. All right. Sure.
I get off at 10.
What time is it now?
It is
9?
actually no. She'll get off at 11. That's the way the shifts work around here. So it's just past 10th bell.
Sure.
Ali is just gonna wiggle her eyebrows at Tia.
Thank you for vodka.
Tia's gonna try out this, whatever this orcish wine is. You need me to do another constitution check? Because, like...
Farah, that's Farah, by the way. That was in character as Farah.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
I was wondering if you were choking there for a moment.
She was. I did it in character.
Good. The things you do for character.
I know, right? This is good.
Xeno will pick up his and just go like, funk.
So did they give her like each of the vodka like in shots, or did they just pour each of the shots into a glass?
They gave it to her in a mason jar. A mason jar
Good.
worth of vodka. She just drank 4 vodka shots in a row. Like just glug glug glug.
Oh, honey.
Christ.
I feel that.
Okay, Natasha, calm down.
Alright. Why do you always get the...
That works fast.
It's vodka. She's a lightweight. I'm not surprised
Clearly.
that it worked
I will
fast.
lightweight your stupid elf face.
How's her
do that.
constitution doing there, Kelly?
I rolled an 8. Actually, wait. No, so she got a 12 on that. So she's getting a little surly. I will lightweight your stupid elven face. And as she says that, the area around you is going to go kind of quiet. And you'll hear the sound of a couple of chairs kind of scooting further away from your table.
How about we have a bit more to drink first? No, order some more vodka.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's gonna be useful.
Have some water? Tia will shove water.
Vodka is water. It's the same color. Same thing. It's alchemy.
Not the same thing!
Potato water?
Yeah, I got a 19
Potato
on my con check.
Okay. So, yep. So that's going to be... Yep. Okay. So you will drink some more. Tia, I gotta say, orcish wine is an experience.
Okay.
You ever heard the term blood of the vine? This is kind of like... There's some blood mixed in with this wine.
Does it also taste like it's trying to stab my tongue and bleed it?
It kind of tastes like it's trying to, like, salt and burn your tongue.
Okay, so yeah.
It's a very flat flavor that kind of tastes like, it kind of tastes like a Malbec mixed with a bit of whiskey. Like, really burny whiskey.
Nice.
It is, yeah, it's basically blood wine. Yes, Mars?
As far as Farah just drinking herself under the table here, Mars is going to be keeping an eye on her and actually be giving her a shot and then a shot and a shot, but watching her until it's just the right moment. Can you tell me when?
Okay, sounds good.
Cool.
All right, there's another one. I can drink you under the table, you freaking lightweight.
Down.
All right, con save.
What was
18.
Still standing. I'm sitting, but I'm still here. What, you want to do some more? You want to do some more?
Mars is going to give her another shot.
Yeah, watch this, huh? She's gonna take another shot. I'm still here? What are you doing?
Here's another.
16.
Yeah, here, watch this, I can finish Malia's drink too. See, watch.
Oh no.
Oh, that expression, Christina.
She's gonna finish your pint off for you.
Okay, can I roll an intimidation check to whisper in her ears, that's the last time you do that?
Yes, you may.
In the most icy cold voice I can. In fact, I am spending my inspiration to get rid of my disadvantage.
What do you have disadvantage?
Well, actually, no, to give me advantage because I have a minus to it.
Okay, there we go.
That's what I wanted.
I got a 17
Okay.
on my next con check, by the way.
Well, that turns into an 18 because I rolled a nat 20.
Okay. So she is going... Another ale for my friend here? Mars, give me that vodka.
Alright. She'll hand it to her.
Okay.
How's she doing?
She's really packing it away. She's like 10 shots in, and she's getting like fierier. See, look, I'm fine. I'm a big girl. I can handle anything anybody throws at me.
Is
Another drink.
breathing fire?
I can in just a second, and then she'll take the other one. Actually, at this point, I'm gonna give disadvantage. There we
Tia's
go.
gonna motion over to
Okay.
a server and be like, "Water, please."
No, wait. How did she do?
I'm fine.
Okay, so now at that point where it looks like she's about to throw up.
It looks like she's getting a little. She's getting a little. What's the word? I just learned it from my word of the day the other day. The thing where copper turns green. But she's gold.
Oxidized?
What's that?
Like oxidizing, or
No, well, there's an actual word for the green color. We just learned it the other day because I'm trying to expand my DM vocabulary.
Oh,
Turgid's a good one though, Solomon. That's good. So she's looking a little green.
Verdigris.
She looks verdigris. Yeah.
Okay. So at that point, I'm going to stand up. I'll finish my drink,
Okay.
just my wine, but I'm actually going to lead her away and actually take her to her room.
Fine. Oh, Mars, you're calling it here?
Yeah, I think I'm done. You drank me so far under the table, girl. I need you to help me get back to my bed.
That's
Let's go.
right. I did.
Yeah. And I'd like to have a side scene if you don't mind. when you're
Absolutely.
ready.
So you will take her out into the street, and guys, I'm going to follow the scene outside if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Yep, go for
Okay.
it.
The music fades behind you, and soon you are out on the street, walking with a slightly stumbling Farah through the alleyways of the city.
Oh no, hi cat.
What? Why?
I know what you were doing.
Yeah, I was getting my buzz on.
Yeah, and you did that. I also know why you were doing that.
Because it's
You're
fun.
hurting. No, you're hurting.
Yeah, tattoos hurt, Mars. You're getting stabbed with a needle.
I'm gonna pat her on her tattoo.
And she's gonna flick you on your tattoo.
But you know what? That's not what's hurting right now. I know it's not. And I'm gonna poke her, like, right in her, like, left of her chest.
Okay.
That's what's hurting right now.
My boob. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Just shut up, okay?
I've been there. I've drunken myself for the same reasons. Well, sort of. Not really.
For what? Thorn Bear murder?
Nah. Just to feel numb.
I don't feel numb. I feel angry.
I know. That was hard. Perhaps maybe you should talk to him. But what you're doing in the bar right there, it's not gonna end up good.
So you didn't drag me out of the bar to seduce me?
No,
It's probably for the best.
I'm worried about you. And I'll actually, like, pull her in for a hug.
She will give you a gentle hug because you're both probably pretty sore still.
I'm fine.
You're fine.
I'm
You're fine.
Yeah. I know it really sucks. But let's go.
Hey,
Get
Mars,
some sleep. What?
can we just do this a little longer?
Yeah.
And she's just going to continue to hug you.
Baby girl!
All right. After a few minutes of that, you'll make your way back to the room. And she will... Actually, she's going to have a little bit of trouble falling asleep, but is mostly going to just like lay in bed and stare at the ceiling.
Mm-hmm. And I'll just kind of like lay with her and kind of like stroke her hair and just take care of her if she gets sick.
I'm gonna be fine. You're good, you know that? I mean, you're bad, but you're good.
I'll take that as a compliment. I don't think I can be good.
Whatever you are, don't change. I love you just the way you are.
Aw, kiddo, and she'll like rough her
I am
hair.
older than you! I am older than you! And we are gonna fade that scene out with you two wrestling on the bed and like rabbit punching each other and things like that. Alright. Meanwhile, back at the bar. Music is kicking up again. The sound of the city fades into the background. What are you all doing there? Your food's done, you're sitting at the table enjoying a nice toast, a nice bit of reprieve as those two rapscallions have left the bar.
Were there any empty, like any remaining filled shot glasses or things of vodka?
Yeah, there's still one left.
Oh, mine. Yoink. Toss it back.
Mally's gonna lean in and be like, don't get too drunk.
I'm gonna.
Sure.
And at that point, you are going to see a figure sitting back on the other side of the fire pit. Tia, you're going to notice this person. They don't notice you. What you'll notice is the thin tapering of an elven jawline, speckled with several weeks of growth.
Am I thinking?
Curved, aquiline nose, dipping over thin but beautifully colored lips. Wearing a cloak that covers the same armor you saw. Well, at least it in patches. The armor that you saw last at Dog Run Bridge. There are a dozen goblets on the table in front of him.
Ah, shit.
What?
I'm gonna. I should maybe head out too. That's yeah. She'll gesture her head over in that direction and be like, unless we want to.
As you glance over, you'll both see that looks like Altheor Elantris, the half-elf representative of House Claywin that fought alongside of you at the Battle of Dog Run Bridge. And he looks like he's about 12 pints into the night. Or 12 glasses of wine. It's probably, what, about 2 bottles in? The size of these goblets?
That's a lot.
Malia will take up one of the leftover bottles and her mug of ale and wander over, plonk it down in front of him, and sit next to him and go, "A long time."
What's he doing? What's she doing? Ah!
He turns and looks at you, and under his hood you can see that Altheor was a very handsome man. Half-elven, with long straight hair. Now you can see that it's been shaved down at the sides. And you can see there's still stitching around where half of his skull and the tip of his elven ear has been sheared off by a blade. He looks up at you with his one remaining eye, the patch covering his left. A jagged scar that took off the very top notch of his nose. Malia's Sunsworn. What do I owe the honor?
I recognized a familiar face and thought I'd sit down and say hi.
That's funny. I don't recognize it when I look at it. Armstrong. Right wing.
What?
To your health.
Don't be a bitch, Tia. Molly is just gonna like hand him more alcohol. So what happened?
Tia's gonna
The whole continent's apparently
Rumble.
gone to shit since we left.
and head over, and she'll come and join.
Cafford Town.
Hmm.
We rooted up to pincer with the marquee. We managed to make it to Griffin's Peak. We tried to pincer across the bridge to block Dracall. We managed to push it. We pushed across the bridge. We had the bridge. I split my platoon to the south to reinforce one of the lines that was pushing back toward Dracall. We tried doing some guerrilla stuff in the evening, right at twilight, when they wouldn't see us. I should have stayed on the bridge. The line broke. Entire 2,000 men dead because their line wasn't reinforced. They didn't have archer support. They didn't have enough infantry. And it broke, and then we kept getting pushed back to Cafford. Between that, Dracall and the magic. We managed to hold at Cafford. We lost everything else. I should have given him more than this.
Tia's gonna like slam her goblet down on the table. Cut it the fuck out. You know what happens sometimes? Sometimes everyone you know dies. Sometimes you fucking lose. At least you still have some men left. At least you still had Cafford Town. So cut the shit. You've got more stuff, important stuff to do than be sorry for yourself and what you've lost. What kind of soldier are you?
A living one. Malia will interject.
Now you could kill yourself in your ale.
I should kill you where you stand.
I should kill you where you sit.
Ah, shut up, both of you.
Make me a persuasion roll, Malia. Do it with advantage because I like the tension of the scene.
All right, that was a 19, so that brings me to 21 because I actually have proficiency in persuasion.
Nice. All right, congratulations. You are going to diffuse that scene. Just enough that it doesn't come to blows, at least on his end.
Well, Malia is gonna continue talking to him to try and get more information and be like, what the hell's going on over there? I wasn't expecting to hear this when we got back from a pesh.
I don't know where to begin. We knew that something was rising in Dracall.
Like, how are they facing the entire fucking continent? What do they have on their side?
Something they found in the mines.
Ah, fuck.
It's a monster.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen it?
I just hear it. It wasn't
sound
close
like?
enough. It sounded like death. Like a wail, like... It's just a
What?
roar.
Is it a dragon?
I've never heard a dragon, but that's what I would imagine one sounds like. But different. I heard stories that the Drake Hall had employed a sorcerer, a really powerful one. I don't know if it's the same thing. Claywin sent me here to try to negotiate. I got an audience with the elves.
Charming.
They said no. They said they would consider it.
So they said no.
They said I should come back at every phase of the moon and request again to see if the portents were right.
That sounds like an elf thing to say.
So once a week,
Absolute utter bastards.
once a week, I go and let them kill more of my men with their nose. But I can't leave because I'm honor bound to Claywinds to stay here and beg. You know what that's like. And have to pretend it's nice and like I actually don't want to just tear my last fucking ear off. Hell with them. My father and the rest of the elves can go straight to hell. I think that's probably enough. You'll hear come across in a lilting elven accent. As you turn, you can see that the front doors have opened. The music has stopped. A pair of the White Guard stand inside, as well as a wood elf. Middle-aged wood elf male, dressed in a dark cloak that you'll recognize as a similar outfit as to the ones who interrogated you.
Lovely.
Monsieur Landris, I believe that we should have some words. What do you say? Is it honorable to go peaceably? Or should I enjoy myself? Miss Lieutenant Armstrong?
Fuck you want. But if it's gonna get your men killed. I don't know, what kind of man are you? And how much do they need you?
You get things done. He will stand up, scooting his chair back so fast that it'll screech and flip onto the floor. If nothing else, do this for Thestero.
Mally's gonna kind of very subtly wink at him.
And he is going to
In
pull
acknowledgement.
he's going to pull a ring off of his finger and slam it down on the table and then walk off to be taken by the guards.
Malia will pocket it quickly to see what it is.
It is a signet ring of House Claywin.
Hmm.
And with that, Elfior Elantris will be dragged out. You can almost hear the sound of a bag being dragged over his head.
Oof.
Yeah, this whole city, like, Malia is not saying this out loud, but this whole city just needs to get razed to the ground.
A shared look of
Fuck the elves.
A silent nod comes from Xeno.
I mean, so far the right wings have been okay. They left this shit.
After a
Maybe
minute,
for protesting it. So.
after a minute, music will continue again. The bar girl will come by. I'm off now if you are.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Sure.
Malia's gonna just pull Tia aside really quick and just be like, do you have any of the tickets on you?
No.
Okay, good. Have fun.
maybe I'll stop bleeding.
Yeah, you try that. Work on that, will you?
Okay. As you, so Tia, she'll take you off to, let's see, let me see. Does she actually live here or does she live nearby? She'll take you out the back exit to the house across the street. That's kind of like a boarding house for some of the workers. The rooms are small and cramped, barely large enough to fit a bed into. Which just means that your evening is extra cozy. Malia and Xeno, you probably picked this is probably a good time to leave, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as you wander off into the street, can I get a perception roll off of both of you? Never mind, you got this. You are going to
Nat
find
20 anyways.
Okay, you are going to find that you are being followed.
Can I percept who or what it is?
Sure.
Can I use my nat 20
Yes, you
for
can.
that?
Yes, you can.
Cool. That is going to be 24.
24. You can see that it's a half-orc following you. Female, tall, about 5 foot, 5'11". Grayish green skin in the candlelight from this, or probably in the street lamplight. A hooded cloak with tattered cloth dragging along the ground is wrapped around her. You can hear the clang of a weapon at her hip. And you can hear that she's... you can see that it's a female by the way she walks, even. Very, very hip movie. Yes, Xeno.
Is there any, like, shadow directly behind her?
You mean, like, because it's night? You've used all yours for the day, dude.
Oh, is it the same day?
Same day.
Yeah. I think so. Oh, no. Didn't we go back to an inn after the fight? Because I thought that was in the late afternoon, evening. Twilight. And then we spent all day at the tattoo place.
It was, like, mid-afternoon when you went there.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
As far as I remember, because you were getting lunch on the way back when you got attacked. So it was a little afternoon.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we were.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's still same day.
Oh, okay, cool.
But there are some alleys nearby.
Yeah. Malia's gonna lean in over to Xeno a bit, like with a bit of a stumble, and just be like, "You duck down an alley. I'll keep attention."
Okay.
And come up behind then.
And
then Malia will just kind of keep going, and
Xeno's gonna stealth into an alley.
Okay, make me a stealth roll.
Coming up. That is gonna be 26.
26? All right. And let me just roll. Okay.
Malia's gonna start staggering a bit more to pretend to be drunk.
Okay, so you're going to assist, which is going to give me, I'll say it gives me disadvantage on my roll. Cool. Okay. She'll look around
And sorry, quick question. Hide in plain sight gives me natural camo, but that's only when I'm standing still, right?
yeah.
Okay, so
I mean, you can just stand still.
Yeah, I'll do that. So that gives me a 36 to stealth.
36? Cool. All right, so stepping into the alleyway, you wrap the shadows around yourself and look out at this sight. Malia, as you stumble down the street a little, the half-orc behind you will double her pace. She doesn't get within an arm's reach of you. She's giving you a bit of space, and as she's trailing behind you, she'll... Excuse me.
Mally will swing around.
You got in some trouble back there? I heard what you were saying in the bar.
Tiny bit. What's up?
You were traveling with an elf?
Yeah. Mally will make, kind of wave a hand towards where Zeno ducked off.
She'll look down the alleyway, and while we're alone, I have to know. I could see what you were thinking about the elves. The elves owe us. I don't know if you've heard about Dazarl.
Have I?
You've seen graffiti everywhere. Dazarl was here. Dazarl will bring justice.
Yeah, I've seen the marks on the buildings.
He's a half-orc freedom fighter. If you're interested in joining the cause, we're not asking for anything that we don't deserve. We just want reparations. And a little bit of fairness to anyone with skin a little greener, I guess.
Malia will kind of indicate sympathy, but unfortunately she's on a big... If I can finish what I'm working on, I'd be willing to at least hear your side. I don't know this area very well, so I don't know the background.
That's too bad. It would have been good to work together. I've heard about you. All of you. If you change your mind, I'm easy to find. If you don't mind, though, I'll keep my name for when we're friends.
Fair. They're certainly quick to pull people off.
You don't say, and then suddenly, as she opens her mouth, Zeno, you watch from the alley, your bow at the ready. Tia, you roll over in the sheets. The massage feels great, as does anything else. Mars and Farah stare at the ceiling. And all of you will suddenly be alerted by a tremendous explosion. And I need Zeno and Malia, both of you can make me a probably a strength save.
Uh, 17.
17, okay.
17.
17. Both of you are going to be knocked around a bit. This half-orc is going to be tossed to the ground by the explosion as the red goblets explodes. The tavern goes up in a giant fireball. Half of the building collapses.
What?
What do you do? Across the building, Tia, you and Tilda are going to be able to feel that impact as well as it explodes into the night. And then several blocks away, Mars and Farah are going to be alerted by it.
Yeah.
Do I see anybody trying to get out, or is it just like level?
Half of the building is exploded. The lower half of the wall that was pointed towards Fisherman's Fry, I guess the north wall, has completely immolated, taking the bar with it. The alcohol has caught fire, and half of the building is on fire. You can hear the sound of screaming people from the brothel rooms upstairs. The hearth itself is beginning to collapse in on itself. The building is quite large, and it's starting to fold in.
Zeno is going to like bolt towards it and toss a dust of dryness just in onto the fire.
All right, sounds good. Go ahead and make me a dex roll just to see how accurate you can be with this. Malia, what are you doing?
27, by the way.
27. There is an explosion
second,
as
let's
you
see
drop
what
a
I have.
swimming pool of muddy water, of old stagnant water from a pesh, if I'm not mistaken, right?
It
Or
is
no?
actually
Yep.
clean water.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Water explodes over that, and you will see that most of the fire is out, but the building is still quite damaged and is starting to fall apart. There are people trapped inside.
Can I go in and try and help people out?
You can after Malia does something. So,
Okay.
Malia, what are you doing?
Yeah, I think all I can do is go and start helping people out.
Okay.
And then once I get a few out and Zeno takes over, then I'm going to start triaging.
Okay.
Spare the dying, everything.
The fireplace begins to collapse inward. Malia, you and Xena will rush through the doors, seeing that there are, of the patrons that were left, about a third of them are trapped under rubble. You can't see about another quarter of them, and the remainder are strewn around or trying to pull people out from fragmented tables. People are bleeding from where the glass of the bottles and the clay tankards have embedded themselves in their naked flesh. And you can see that a human man is trying to pull a small halfling woman from underneath a table where the force of the explosion has ripped her leg off from the knee down. The other is embedded in a pair of broken floorboards. You can see the broken plank scraping the bone as he pulls, weeping openly. Next, you can see that the fireplace is beginning to collapse. The series of stones are starting to fall. An old man tries to help another old man up as a bit of stonework falls directly toward his head. What do you do?
Can
I knock it back with my thrower by
Yes,
like,
you
just
may. Go
throwing
ahead and
with
make
all
me
my
an
strength and
action.
try and knock it away?
Nice.
All right. Make me an attack roll.
Okay, that is 30.
30, all right. It starts to fall. He looks up enough that you can see the whites of his eyes as his pupils constrict in terror, and then shoo, it turns to dust as the hammer destroys it. Looking around, can I get a perception roll with disadvantage from all the smoke and fire?
17.
17?
That is going to be 15.
15. Looking around, you can see that it looks like a shockwave. It looks almost like a fireball went off at that corner, kind of right next to the bar. There are a huge number of people here that are injured. About
Do
15...
I remember anything being there? Any person sitting in that corner?
No, you don't.
That's weird.
It is really weird.
Is there a fire like upstairs as well?
So it's mostly that. How many gallons does that create?
It's a 10 by 10 square.
Okay, so the wall, the back wall behind the bar is still going to be a little bit flamey, but most of the initial flame, aside from like the spreading shockwave, is put out. So I'd say you've taken the fire down to about 30% of its initial value. So it's still spreading. It's basically going to start to steam a bit inside of this room. You can see that there are people trapped under pillars, that the blast wave took some of the central columns that were holding the second floor out, and you can see that people, a woman is dangling in only her dressing garments, and only her underwear is dangling from one of the holes in the roof, being held by another woman. from falling, there is the roof to the west of the building is starting to collapse down on a bunch of patrons that are scrambling toward the exit. What are you doing?
I'm going to. How tall are the ceilings?
Here, they are 15 feet.
Okay, so I'm gonna go to by the woman that's dangling from the ceiling.
Okay.
And, like gesture to the woman holding her to, let go.
Okay.
And I'm gonna catch her, put her down, send her out, and then I'm gonna tell the other woman to jump down.
Okay. Can you make me an athletics roll?
Yes, I can. How does a 16 sound?
Okay, so this woman, also dressed in her underwear, is going to leap down. It looks like they were enjoying themselves prior to this explosion and somehow managed to come out only battered, bruised, and covered with a bit of blood. She's going to leap down, and you're going to be able to catch her evenly. Meanwhile, across the back square outside of this house, Tia, what are you and Tilda doing?
Tia's gonna just be like, I'm gonna go check that out. You stay here, okay?
Sure enough.
It was lovely spending time with you. Bye. And she's gonna book it.
Call me. All right, Tia. Are you? So you run down the stairs and out. You can see that the back door of the tavern has been completely blasted open.
Yeah, I still have the 2 levels of exhaustion, right?
Yes, you do.
Okay, so she's at half speed.
Damn.
Cool. And disadvantage on ability checks, but not attack rolls or saving throws. That's
Yes.
good. Okay. So she's gonna try and just take stock of the situation.
The place is
She can get close
collapsing.
enough
You need
to
to
it.
get as many people out as possible.
So here's what I would like to do, and I don't know if it's doable, is I have a spell, one of my 6th level spells, it's called Bones of the Earth, and it creates a bunch of pillars, which then,
Yes, you may.
okay,
You
yeah,
get
up to
so you can see a
height of up to 30 feet.
you can see a straight shot inside through the back door that you exited through.
Mhm.
As you open it, you can see that the roof is about to sag. Zeno catches a woman as she leaps down from the second floor and starts to basically push her off and start helping her out of the building. As he's doing that, though, he's not paying attention. The roof starts to sag on top of him. You're not sure he can get out of the way in time?
So yeah, I'd like to, because it's range of 120 feet, I would like to have I have 6 pillars of stone
Okay.
up to. So if I can support the roof above him that's sagging, and also if I can replace the broken pillars, the support pillars from.
You absolutely may. So calling out the strength of the earth, there's going to be an explosion of debris as these pillars rise through the fairly damaged ground and start stretching up through the cellar, reinforcing the structure of this building as it pushes the ground away like ripped paper.
Yeah, and if it looks like there's anyone who's falling or who is hanging, I can actually target ground underneath people that are medium size or smaller.
Nice.
So I can help if someone's I can do that as well. I just have to make them all at once. So
Sounds good. You can
There's-
absolutely do that.
so I
Okay.
will use that spell slot.
That's
Done.
fantastic. Mars and Farah, what are you doing?
I'm gonna go take a look through a window if there's one.
As you look out the window, you can see that there's smoke coiling into the sky against the darkness from the tavern 4 blocks away that you were just drinking at.
Oh no, it's a good thing I took you away from there, my friend.
What the hell?
Check this out. Does the scene sober her up a little bit?
She looks pretty sober. They
Do you
could
want
be
to go
hurt.
back?
Yeah.
Let's go.
You're on the 3rd floor. Express route.
Yeah, out the window?
Farah's gonna jump out the window.
Whee!
Thankfully, there are a couple of awnings, so let's... Oh, that's not her dice. One sec. Acrobatics. Nat 20!
Nice! Baby girl!
Baby girl, can you make me an acrobatics check if you're jumping out the window as well? I believe you
Oh,
have
yeah, sure.
advantage because of second story work.
And then
Yeah.
I have a fun idea for my turn too.
Okay.
I also got a nat 20.
Oh my god.
Nice.
You guys ninja out the ceiling. That's so good. Oh, I'm also going to cast haste on us.
Ooh, fun.
Nice.
because then we can do flips in like ninja speed. All right, so hitting the ground, the two of you will start blurring toward the inn, and we'll actually make it there next round. The next action turn, because we're not really in combat. Xeno, what do you do? Suddenly, pillars of earth jut out of the ground and pump the ceiling back up to its normal height, bracing it against the catastrophic absence of like 2/3 of its structure. Or a third of its structure, I suppose.
And there's still like half of the patrons that need to be gotten out of here, eh?
Yes.
Okay, so that's way too much for, just us. So I'm gonna drop conjure animals
What do you
and summon 2 apes.
2 apes?
Two
All right.
apes, and then direct them to get people out of here.
All right.
And then I'm gonna go over and start helping people out as well. But just like apes, go.
All right, so the apes will adjust their... Are they wearing anything? Or are they just apes?
They're just apes.
Okay, so 2 apes are going to rush into the building, look around, and start carrying people out.
All right.
As you are doing that, Malia, what do you do?
I'm just gonna continue trying to get people out.
Sounds good. I would like you and Xeno to both make me a roll. This is going to be a wisdom check.
Sweet.
Basically,
So
just to
not
figure
a saving throw, just a check.
just a check.
Hey, that's not very good for me.
What I'll let you do, actually, I'll let you add your athletics to this, so it'll be athletics wisdom.
Then not too bad.
Because
So I got a nat 20,
Oh,
so that's
damn.
31.
Okay.
I got 14.
Nice. Okay, so you are going to be able to start organizing a rescue team. Like Malia, you're probably going to be barking some instructions here.
Yes.
Of like grab them first. Get that. Xeno, you are going to be able to see that this is obviously the right action to do. And
Like,
we'll start.
You go with that person now.
We'll start assisting and being able to direct your apes to help out. Is there anything else that you're doing, Mally, or just dedicating yourself wholly to that?
Just getting everybody out.
Okay,
Because
Tia.
then I can relax.
Sounds good.
and
Tia,
just
you are at the
work
back
on
door. What do you do?
Healing.
You're muted.
So I am.
Mm.
So Tia's gonna. So if I'm at the back door, where's the stairs from here, or were the stairs taken
the
out?
stairs
last?
to here were okay. So the tavern was square with the front door here. The bar was here, and the stairs were along this this back wall. So you'd have to enter the building and look up.
Okay. So yeah, she'll do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You've actually done a
and-
really good job of sustaining this place from falling in because of your pillars. So like, good job.
Yeah, and they're not even a concentration spell. I think they're just there now. They have they have to take damage and get destroyed.
Okay.
Like they have a hit points.
That's great, and they're definitely strong enough to hold up the ceiling. As you rush in, is there anything that you're doing immediately?
She's checking for fire and like to make sure she's not running into a blaze, and then we'll immediately start trying to call up the stairs, like, come to the stairs, come this way.
Okay. So,
Hello.
One moment, please. I just have to do something. Can you roll me a d20, please?
Just a d20?
Mhm.
Okay. It's a 16.
A 16. Okay, that is enough that I can do this thing. One moment.
Oh.
Okay. You are going to hear a loud yell upstairs. Seems like someone is in a bit of danger. Help! I can't.
All right.
I can't move.
Ah, fuck. Okay. Gonna head upstairs and try and help.
Okay. Rushing
Being
up.
careful.
Rushing up the stairs. The stairway is going to shatter underneath your feet. Can you make me a dex save? You do not have
Okay.
disadvantage on the save.
Thankfully. I do not. Oh.
Or do you?
Did you roll a nat one? Okay. You go to leap over the stairs to the other side, and you actually will manage to do so. But as you do, the stairs are going to break and come completely away from the wall, hurling you into against the fire pit, which is going to destabilize. This fire pit is going to start falling over. You would need to have incredible strength to be able to catch that.
How's my strength of 23?
You are being hurled right now. Malia, can you make me a strength save?
Yes, I can.
Fair enough. I was thinking more like, yeah, I don't know.
All right. That's 25.
Okay, 25. You are going to see that Tia is hurled off by no fault of her own. It's just that it's so distracted that it just snapped away, kind of like in that scene in The Mines of Moria with whoa.
Yeah.
And she's hurled against the fireplace so hard that she destabilizes it. The fireplace begins to come down right on top of some patrons you're in the middle of helping up. And you can actually just hit it with your hands and shoulders and hold about 1,000 pounds worth of stone.
My time has come. I am the ultimate dwarf.
You are going to feel that your muscles are not going to give, but the floorboards beneath your feet just might as they begin to splinter under the weight, your heels punching through the wood. All right.
I'm going to roar at them to move.
Okay, they're going to limp and pull away and then be dragged away by giant apes, or at least normal apes. The giant apes. I need to double check one thing real quick because
I love it when I can summon weird creatures.
Isn't it the best? Next time, play a Beastmaster. That's literally all you'll do.
Honestly.
There we
Yeah,
go.
fun.
Well, that's Catamus. Catamus, you're not here. I need Farah. Here we go. Okay, so what? Farah and Mars will emerge at the door. Mars, seeing the scene in front of you, you can see Malia holding up an entire fireplace and chimney. I guess fireplace and flue.
What?
Tia hits the ground hard. And you can see that Zeno is ushering people out as a couple of apes are pulling people out of the wreckage. What do you do?
Oh,
You can also
my
hear screaming
God.
from upstairs. Help, help, help.
Well, I'm fire resistant.
The
So
second
I'll
floor
go-
is still partially on fire, so...
Does that mean that I can get by and not get hurt, technically? Or less likely
You'll
to
definitely get less
damaged?
hurt.
Okay, I will go upstairs then.
Okay, can you make me an acrobatics roll?
Yeah, buddy. Uh, 24.
24, and you can use your second story work to help with this as well. So, looking around, you can see that one of the overturned tables, if you bounce off of that and then go off the fireplace that Mali is holding up, you can catapult yourself up through the hole in the roof.
Alright, sweet. That's where I'll go. Ring.
All right, flipping up into that, you find yourself very quickly inside of a huge master suite with a bed that is, like, the room is on fire. Smoke is billowing everywhere around you, and you can see that there is a... let's say... Yeah, it's going to be you. You can see that there is a grand four-poster bed in the center of the room. Next to a fireplace that is crumbled. There is a woman, a drow, who is tied to the bed, completely in the buck.
Oh no.
Bound, blindfolded, and partially crushed by the fallen fireplace that is pinning the top of the canopy bed to her hip. Her leg is bent in an awful way.
Okay, well,
She is
first I'm gonna try to...
screaming.
I'll be like, hey, I'm trying to come get you.
I can't move. My hip, it's shattered.
Okay, so I will untie her.
Okay.
Is it like just rope?
It is silk scarves, but they're tied in an... Actually, you know what? Let me double check something real quick. No, she's a drow. They are definitely manacles.
Oh gosh. Are they like the cheap ones?
They are silvered manacles.
God damn it.
You could
And
try
she's
to
by
hack through
herself,
them.
though?
You could try to...
Lockpick.
She's by herself in this room?
She is by herself. I will say her legs are not manacled. They are tied with silk scarves.
Okay, well, I'll start with her legs then.
Okay.
And my lockpicks.
Okay. Can you make me a sleight of hand roll, and that'll be your turn?
Oh, fuck yeah. Ooh, that's a pretty number. 29.
Sounds fantastic. 29. You are going to quickly pop her left arm, it's going to be completely there, completely off. But actually, that's going to be enough because they weren't just a set of like individual manacles. They were a 6-foot set of manacles wrapped around the back of the bed's posts. So by freeing one, she still has a length of chain on one hand, but it is not connected to anything anymore.
So she can just take that with her.
She can. Unfortunately, she still is pinned under the bed, which means that we are going to have to go back to her. Zeno, back to you as you direct your apes around. Malia is struggling. What do you do? There are some people nearby that are in trouble, as well as the fire that is beginning to engulf the roof.
Okay. Well. Okay, so like around the hole in the ceiling?
Around the hole in the ceiling, and just basically like the side of the floor that you did not manage to get the water on. Do you have anything else that can do this?
Yeah, actually I have another dust of dryness.
Nice.
And so I'm gonna go chuck that at the fire. I'll make a
Okay, make me just a quick attack roll to see where it goes.
29.
29 is enough. There's going to be an explosion of water as it starts to rain down, steaming and sprinkling all around you.
And unfortunately, that was the corpse water that I was saving.
All right, you are covered with corpse water, Dan. Corpse water Dan water from the tomb of O'Cannon the Magnificent. And but it is going to put out a lot of the fire. You're looking at like 5 to 10% fire at this point, and most of it is going to be smoky, billowy black wood smoke.
Am I still able to do anything else on
what
the turn?
else would you like to do? I'll tell you if you could still do it at time.
I'd like to help with Malia so she doesn't get crushed or
so
fall
you
through
can
the floor.
you can aid action Malia. You need to make me a strength roll to be able to stabilize this. That's going to be with advantage because Zeno's helping you.
Hot damn.
Not that I think you'll need it, but
That is 22.
22. Slowly, you're going to start inching this thing back. The floor is going to be distributing your weight enough. I'm just going to roll for the floor. All right. One of your feet is going to go through the floor, and you're going to drop to a knee, still pushing and holding. Tia, what do you do?
I'm gonna get up because I think I'm probably on the ground right now.
You are.
Yeah. Trying to think about what would actually be useful for her to do right now, other than help just get people out of the way. If she heads out towards the front, can she see the second level, like the state of it?
Yes.
Like,
looking outside, you can see that the only bit of fire that's really inside of here is beginning to fill some of the upper chambers.
Okay. So if I were to say to shift into being a giant eagle, could I rescue people that way?
Yes, you probably could through the broken windows on the second floor.
Gonna do that.
All right, turning into a giant eagle. Your fly speed is going to be a little bit hampered still, but you take off into the air and you can crash through the top floor. As you do, the window behind you, Mars, explodes as a giant eagle tears into the side of the room. You see that Mars is struggling with a bit of the fireplace in this master bedroom that has collapsed on top of this drow's hip, pulping her into the bed.
Can I lift it?
As a giant eagle, you can make me a strength roll.
Yay.
With your new strength.
Yeah, no, this is not is this a skill check or ability check? It would be. So I'm at disadvantage, but I'm going to spend my inspiration to cancel that out.
Okay.
Yeah. So with my new strength, if it's just a straight, would it be strength athletics or just strength?
This is going to be strength and athletics to lift this.
Okay, in that case, it's a 22.
22? Okay, you are going to be able to pull it off of her, and you can see that, like, her hip is completely, like, the stone has punched through the meat of her, the meat and bone, and has almost completely bisected her at the hip. Like, the leg is only attached by a few lengths of sinew. She's going to need restorative magic immediately.
Shit. Then can I move her? I can't move her first, can I?
The leg will probably come off. But you have shrugged that off, so that's going to be your turn because of your slowness. Farah is... What can she even do at this point?
Fireball!
Yeah, might as well just end the situation the way it began. So she is going to try to appraise the situation, actually. That is a 25? Farah is going to look around the room, trying to figure out what she can do, and then is going to turn her head, and this is all in fast motion because she's hasted, and is going to skitter up to the bar and pick something off the ground. With that, now that is Mars. You are the last one who hasn't acted this round. A giant eagle pulls this off of this drow woman. What do you do?
And she obviously can't move because she'll lose a leg.
Yes.
Can I use any bed sheets or anything to kind of hold it together?
Can you make me a dexterity medicine check? Are you proficient in medicine?
Not proficient, no.
Okay, well, you can make me a dexterity plus a d20. So your dex mod plus a d20.
This is
21.
intense.
21? All right, so you're going to be able to staunch the bleeding and hold it on. It's going to be risky, but you might be able to move her. You've got basically one chance to move her, and it's going to take a roll to get her downstairs safely, but if you can get her to a cleric, you can save the leg.
And is there anything else in the room that I could see that,
Make me a perception roll.
like a stick or piece of furniture?
Oh, if that's all
Nat
you're
20.
looking for. Was that a nat 20?
Yeah.
Okay. You will see that there are a couple of things in the room that haven't been completely immolated. You will see there's a stiff-sided riding crop laying next to the bed.
Good enough.
It looks like it's designed for some damage. You will also see... You know what? Let me roll for this.
Okay.
All right, an 11. You will see that there is a large, ornate marble statue, I will say.
no.
It's actually
no.
what it is it's about a foot long glass cylinder, probably about that big around, and it's kind of knobby. It must be some type of wand or something.
Mm-hmm.
No.
It's very sturdy though.
Okay, whatever. I'll put it on like both sides of her legs to keep it straight.
And you'll tie that in. Okay.
And wrap it around.
Okay, and then
And yeah. We'll get her.
it's a
out of
statue,
here.
guys. It's just a statue. Okay, it's a statue of a pair of snakes tied together at the middle. I don't know. It's a brothel, guys. Come on. I'm not going to say what it is. This is still PG-13. All right. With that, it is going to be the beginning of the new round, and at that point, you are going to hear the sound of boots rushing in as 5 members of the White Guard are going to rush into the room and begin helping as well. I mean, you guys were moving pretty quick. Last actions before you are going to be able to get everybody out of the scene. Mally and Zeno, what are you doing?
Whatever I guess needs to be done.
Yeah, I guess just getting the final people out,
Okay.
Probably do a quick sweep to just make sure that it's clear.
Sounds good. Both of you make me perception checks, or Mally, you can start making me a heal check or a medicine check to start figuring out like the triage order.
Yeah.
Nat 20 for perception.
Okay.
I'll do medicine.
You will see that the bartender is behind the bar, buried by a significant amount of the bar. Half of her face is missing, but she is still breathing.
Okay, I'm gonna run up, slap her with a cure wounds, and try and get her out.
Okay, so you'll be able to do so. The cure wounds is going to allow you to stabilize her enough you can take her outside. Mally, what did you get?
25.
25. All right, so you start barking orders and triage points. Them over there. Them over there. All right, let's keep moving. That's pretty good. You're also going to get a chance to get a sense of something. Upstairs, Tia, what do you do?
I'm gonna
Looks
keep
like the leg
checking
has been
rooms.
stabilized.
Can I use my? So I don't remember if we clarified this or not, but my speech of all things, I can choose humanoids, right? Because it says choose a type of creature in sight, such as beasts, dragons, humanoids. If I pick humanoids, if I'm a bird, I should still be able to talk to them, right?
Yes, but I'm not going to let you cast magic using it. That's going to be my cat.
No, I'm not going to. But basically, she just wants to communicate, like,
I can carry her down, or like I'll
Sure,
I'll take her
allow
down.
that. This is
kind
the
of.
weirdest freaking thing, Mars. The giant eagle opens its mouth, and you expect caw, but instead it's just Tia's voice going.
I'm gonna I'll take her down. Keep going.
Okay.
All right, so can you make me a dex save, basically just to
Dex save. Okay.
to gently transport her.
Okay. Are we both doing a duck save for the exchange?
Well, that's
Actually,
a 6.
if you're willing to help, Amy can roll that with advantage.
Yeah, then I'll help.
Okay.
It's like, no, mine.
16 is still the better roll.
16? Okay, but that's going to be enough that the leg doesn't fall off as you gingerly transport down where you see Malia barking orders on the street. This giant eagle airlifts this drow woman directly down in front of you, wrapped naked and bloodied with her leg barely attached, wrapped in a sheet.
She's gonna lose the leg without immediate attention, is what Tia will
The
say.
giant eagle will say.
And that'll
Yeah.
startle her for a moment, but
And then
she's
Tia's just gonna
roll with it.
launch herself off again and try and
Okay.
go back to, yeah. That's probably all she can do. So
Okay. All right, so you will all... Malia, what are you going to do?
I will start basically slapping everybody with Spare the Dying.
Okay.
So that'll stabilize them to 0.
Sounds good. All right.
Just because I don't have enough healing to be able to do everybody.
All right.
So I will just start working through as many as I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the most critical I'll deal with.
She's definitely the most critical. The femoral artery has been nicked, and she is spraying blood into the bandages.
Okay. Cure wounds then.
Okay, sounds good.
I guess.
And what we're going to do is we're going to say that the scene's going to be pretty easily resolved, except for Mars, you're still up on the second floor. I would like you to make me... are you looking around the room to see if there's anything else here?
Yes.
So for one, you can see the woman's clothing lying nearby in a neat pile. It's been folded and very... it's lovely black leather with tall boots. And
not damaged at all?
No, it is not damaged at all.
No, cool.
The shirt is damaged. The cloak, bustier, and boots are all fine.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll take it over to the hole and be like, Tia, her clothes. Throw them down.
All right. Floating them down to the ground. You are going to be able to get most people out. There are going to be quite a few casualties from this scene. Unfortunately, about 10 people died in the explosion. A lot of others were wounded, but you got in there fast enough that the other 30 survived.
Damn, we did good job. My apes helped.
Yeah, your apes did help. And as the scene rushes by you, and you start to catch your breath, and the shock begins to set in of having just rushed through this horrible situation, one of the guards will approach. You again. It's one of the ones from earlier today. One of the ones that didn't arrest you. Why are you always at the middle of this? Do you know what you've done?
Saved a bunch of people from a burning building?
You saved Speaker Nimue Jarlden.
We just saw people that needed to be saved.
The guard turns and looks down at the drow woman who's basically half conscious on the ground. The Speaker of Winter. The Tetrarch of Winter.
Alright. Mali's gonna ignore him and go back to healing her.
Okay.
Out of my face.
Yes, ma'am. He's gonna say and back up.
Xena will turn to him and say, "Do you have any healing magic or any potions on you?"
We're calling for people.
Okay. With that, Xeno's gonna basically follow Malia's direction and just start slapping people with cure wounds.
Sounds good. Tia.
He's got 6 more of them left. So
Yeah. Once Tia is sure that the upper levels are clear, she's going to land and shift back to humanoid form and start also applying cure wounds at various levels. Because she's got
Many of them.
Yeah, basically she
Okay.
can cast them. She'll also cast them at higher levels too.
All right. So the next few minutes pass in a blur. You're not
Sounds
sure if
about
it
right.
takes a few minutes or an hour, but you stabilize the majority of these people.
Mm-hmm.
You watch as other clerics from local temples and local orders come by and do their best to assist as well. Healers, apothecaries, alchemists, and other just wise people come and try to do their best to staunch bleeding of the ones that you can't immediately heal. This is good. You have a moment to catch your breath. As the last licks of flame are extinguished inside of the building, you can see that the tavern, honestly, can probably be rebuilt, but is going to be out of commission for quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
As you take a moment to catch your breath around each other, Farah will approach. Can I have a minute? She'll gesture to the four of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up?
She'll step over to the side away from the guards and will reach into her cloak. I found this. And she'll pull out debris from what looks like a device.
What is it?
I think it was a bomb.
Where was that?
By the bar. That's not the important part. And she'll hold up a bit of metal plate. What almost looks like the plaque that goes onto a trophy. And as she turns it, it's somehow still partially intact. And you can see that it has two words clearly visible on it. Nothing ventured. I think it was meant for us.
Fuck's sake.
Let's call game there.
Jesus Christ!
Or it's something that's framing us.
Yeah. All right. So that's going to be it for tonight, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Shards of Nyrn. Did you guys have an okay session?
Well, at least we saved
Oh.
somebody important, so...
Yeah.
I had to roll for fetishes, and she was totally just there with like a ton of women having some fun on her night off.
Yeah, why not?
Might as
Because
well.
drows are great. Drow are great. The drow are
Fashion
great in
puppy.
Elos.
Hmm.
All right, so hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the Shards of Nyrn. We will be back next Wednesday in 2021 for our first game of the new year. I'm really excited because this arc is really good. Like it's really good, guys. And I want to say that all of you had some really fantastic role playing tonight. I really appreciate it. You all brought your A game, even though like Winter, you were feeling really sick, but you still got that nice, like those nice moments.
Oh my god, that was so cute!
It was.
Zeno has no idea.
That's probably
I
true.
feel like I managed to lean into playing up Malia's low charisma as bluntness
Mhm.
I like
and
that.
Yeah.
slight tactlessness, but it works still.
Mm-hmm.
It's good. All right.
Yeah.
He is just real
Yeah.
mad.
When
I
it's
like that I got to call Tia and bitch, and she didn't do anything about it.
It's
yeah.
true. Yeah, I mean,
Alright.
like I started.
Even
games-
notice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Tia,
I-
stop being such a bitch.
Yeah,
Just
right?
Stop.
It's so good.
It was great. That was awesome.
Like, dude has lost a lot. Just
Alfior? I like
Stop.
Alfior Olandris. I think he's a great character. He's
Oh yeah, no, he's brilliant. Tia just hates him, but there's
Yeah.
grudging respect there, which makes it really interesting to interact with.
yep.
so guys, if you are tuning in for the first time tonight, be sure to give us a follow on Twitch or subscribe on YouTube or give us a share if you're listening on podcast. We do this every week on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Also, we're having Rime of the Frost Maiden this week on Friday on a special day. So come and visit us at 7 p.m. for another episode of Rime. And then we also run it on Monday, which is our normal day. So it would be great to see you there at 7 p.m. Pacific. And yeah, this has been a lot of fun. I can't wait to run in the new year and to finish this plot off. But yeah, give us a follow, give us a subscribe. It really matters a lot. Makes me feel good. We love having you here. All of our old episodes are on YouTube if you want to listen to those. and they're going to be up on podcast soon, starting with season 3 and working my way backwards, because I have to do progressively more audio editing the further I go backwards. So I'm gonna release them in reverse order.
You can definitely see how our audio and video got better and better as we went.
Oh, hey, Kel, you guys got your new TV. Congratulations.
Ooh.
All right. So
Very cool.
I'm waiting on my new TV.
it's going to be good. So that's going to be it from us here on Dork Tales. We will see you next time in 2021. Bye, Dorks.
Bye.
Happy New Year.